trap fiends, gotta have it. Toy trap, toy trap, toy trap, addict. Toy trap, addict. Toy trap, addict. Yeah, trap be slamming. When I crack that package, fresh paint house, got a grown man bragging. Shell gang answer every post in the Matic. One more pre-order and I'm back at it. Raised on hip hop, promising plasma. I chase where heat like a dope boy trapping. Reno on the mic, bring the pressure, bring the static. The plastic crack fiend, got collectors active. Stew in the cup with the facts and the flavor. One drop, one way, got the whole room craving. Call back, cleaning the bubble, too sacred. If it's limited, running my hands gon' take. You can call it obsession, I call it a mission. Stacking on the shelf like a fresh new addiction. Real ones know when the box hit the kitchen. Toy trap on the screen and the ground start twitching. No more, it's a habit. Welcome to the toy trap fiends, gotta have it. Toy trap, toy trap, toy trap, addict.
Element of hip hop. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I'm Reno, the plastic crack fiend here. Welcome to the Toy Trap. We're collecting ain't a hobby, no more as a habit. Tonight we're diving deep into a topic that honestly I don't think we've ever really sat down and talked about as a community. But first, I want to welcome the crew, man. Stu Dog in the house, Casual Toy Collector, and the homie Toy Gaines chilling. Welcome, guys, man.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? Raw Talk should be joining us soon, man. For the better part of 20 years, though, I think like it's time. Every time Hollywood has taken another swing at G.I. Joe, right? We've all had opinions. We've debated Rise of Cobra. We debated Retaliation, Snake Eyes. Every new movie seems to kind of leave us asking the same question. Was there too much science fiction? Did they take, too much away of what makes G.I. Joe special? Was it too military, not military enough? Did they lean too heavily on Snake Eyes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Mm-hmm. And when all said and done, right, what do we really want? Do we want a grounded military thriller, or do we want an over-the-top Sunbow adventure that a lot of us grew up with, or something in between? The funny thing is, like, I think we've all gotten really good at talking about what we don't want. Yeah. So tonight, we want to flip it. We want to talk about, spend some time figuring out what do we want? What do we find to be our best? Corey Adger, man, what's up, man? Appreciate you, bro. As always, for the support. Thank you, sir. It will definitely
salute. Man, we gotta get Corey Adger on here one day, man. Just bust it up with him.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
But to answer your question, Reno, it's all of the above. But mostly, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think there's not too many people that's gonna disagree with me on it. Is that first of all, in their defense, when they made the movie, if you watch to the end credits, it says based on the Hasbro G.I. Joe toys. That's what it said. Now watch it all the way to the end. Now that's in their defense. Now I'm done defending them. So we want we want what we saw on TV with the cartoons. That's what we want. You can bring that to life, and that's all we ask. That's not hard to do.
Simple.
That's not hard to do. Yeah, that's not hard to do at all. You can make up any story you want.
Yes.
When it comes to Cobra trying to take over the world, I don't care. But as long as you give us that same structure that G.I. Joe has, the same fast pace that the cartoon has, well, you'll never hear a complaint out of nobody.
You are 110% correct. This doesn't need to be Schindler's List or Saving Private Ryan.
Nope.
It has to be F-U-N, fucking fun, right? Yep. Is that how you spell fun?
Yep.
And I think to get there, I don't know if you saw the Motu movie. Is it a great movie? No, but it's fun. And the thing that worked is Skeletor. And I think G.I. Joe, you have to nail Cobra Commander.
Yes.
Number one, right?
Yep. Yes, you do. I think, and then a lot of times you have a lot of guys. I got a cousin, and we had this argument one time, but we were just going back and forth, really. And we were talking about a movie, and he was, he kept saying, well, they need to make it more real. I said, well, how much real do you want them to make it? Because it ain't real to begin with. So it's already based in fantasy. So if you try to make it and that's the problem with G.I. Joe, it was just too much realism. Let all that go. Yes, let all that go. We don't need that. We didn't ask for that. We don't even want that. Because when you watch the cartoon, we ain't never get none of that. No. And if you try to make it too real of a cartoon to make it mimic life, it would have been a disaster. So because they never did that, that's what puts us in a position where we'd be like even with the suits, when they were running with the suits and jumping through the car, you can even make up stuff like that. That's cool.
Sure.
But here's the thing: when you do that, you need to bring out a toy for that because we're gonna buy it, and then you need to also
include some characters that we
include
recognize.
some characters that we recognize. Right? It ain't all about the star fandom. I want Scarlet to look like Scarlet. I want Roadblock to look like Roadblock. We know he's a chef. You could have threw that in there. Says it in his bio card that he's a chef.
Sure.
And just the little nuance things, and like you said,
A rhyme here and there.
If you don't nail Cobra Commander, they didn't nail Destro.
Nope.
They didn't nail Cobra Commander.
Nope.
They didn't nail Zartan.
Nope.
It was just like
Baroness was okay.
Baroness was okay. I liked the Baroness.
Firefly in the sequel was okay.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson was cool.
And that's it. As far as I'm concerned, I like the vehicles in the first one. They were kind of unique and they made for fun toys.
Right.
That's
it. That's it.
Yeah. No, I think the timing couldn't be better because, like, after years, we've been feeling like G.I. Joe is kind of stuck in neutral, and now I think it's finally at a crossroads. Like G.I. Joe is definitely at that point. Yeah, and so and on one side, Paramount they're getting serious about live action again. So on the other, Transformers crossover was teased at the end of Rise of the Beasts and kind of still hanging over the franchise, which I don't want that until we get a standalone solid Joe movie.
Sure.
I don't need a crossover, but even if we don't know, like how that continues, you know what I'm saying? And then we have in the comic world, we have Energon Universe with Kirkman.
Which is going to be a cartoon, I think. I think that we're getting a cartoon, I think.
Yeah, adult animated series based on the
Yeah.
Mike Kirkman, who did Invincible, so we know what that's going to be like.
And I think if they make a movie out of it, live action movie, I think that would work better.
Well, Energon, because I was going to say, like, we're doing we got the animated Energon, but like, how would that relate into a movie? Because that's another way to do it.
I think
something a new thing. I don't want, but
no, I think it would work better, Reno, because we already got our expectations for G.I. Joe, and we know they can't meet that, so we're gonna push that over. We know they can't. We're gonna push that over there. But if they count out the Energon, with the Energon universe, you got Mass, G.I. Joe, and Transformers all mixed into one.
Yeah,
it would make sense. They could make it make sense.
Sure.
And we don't have no expectations, so we just got to go with it. The only thing, like me and Toy Games agree on, you got to make the characters.
Dude.
You got to nail Cobra Commander. You got to nail Destro. You got to nail Duke, Scarlet, Roadblock. You got to nail those guys.
Like you see Reno and Kaz surrounded by G.I. Joe stuff, right? And that's because of the characters. Kaz, who's your favorite character?
Oh God. I'm probably gonna say Serpentor, man.
Serpentor. Big snake, jacked up snake guy in armor riding around in a fucking chariot, right?
Yeah.
Visually, it's striking.
Right.
That's what you need. That's all you need to do. Bazooka, guy in a New England Patriots jersey with a bazooka. It's simple.
Iconic imagery. It's iconic. It's all about, to me, it's all about being able to recognize them without you telling me their name.
Their names, yes.
I kind of feel like with the movie that they should use classified as a template for the character. Like, that way you already got the toy line going.
Smart.
And then you can even re-release them like Transformers does the studio series stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's very
another chance. We've already got, we're used to it. And run with that template, make the characters look like that.
Just put it in a G.I. Joe the movie box, and you got the same figure. That's a good idea. They save money. Hasbro likes saving money.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll buy it. We'll buy it again for the 5th time.
Yes.
I would.
Especially if you get a good actor. Now let's you mentioned like The Rock was not a good Roadblock. He was just The Rock. I don't want to see The Rock anymore.
Yeah, everybody said that. Everybody be like, no matter what character he plays, he's playing The Rock.
He's playing The Rock. I don't need Channing Tatum. I don't need no pretty boy to play Duke. I want casting is crucial, but more importantly, how they look. If they look like the toy, like the cartoon, it will go a long way to making this watchable.
It will.
Because we want himself.
Yeah, because we want to be entertained. I always say it all the time when we go to the movies. We want to be entertained. I don't want to sit and watch a movie and it's just boring.
Rolling your eyes.
Slow. Right. It's slow. It's boring. Yeah. You're over explaining things.
That's another one. Yeah.
When you're over explaining things, you're not entertaining me. I paid What it costs damn near $50 to get in the movies. If you take your woman and you get some treats, you
100.
well up over into the, and if it's on IMAX, you in $100 range.
Yeah.
Right.
In $100.
Right.
So okay, so right now, going on right now in Hollywood, in the G.I. Joe movie world, right? There's two things popping. You got Max Landis, known for taking unconventional approaches to projects.
Yep.
And then Danny McBride, whose name most people associate with comedy. So on paper, neither choice really screams G.I. Joe.
No.
Then Danny McBride started talking publicly about the project, and I think, it sort of stopped feeling like another Hollywood announcement, and more like the more he talked, it came obvious to me like this was not just like a guy who was handed an assignment. This is,
He's a fan.
Whether this movie is, succeeds or fails is something we'll find out years from now. But the way he talks about G.I. Joe, to me, immediately tells you that there's a genuine relationship with the property. Like, I can see Danny McBride crawling around in the fucking dirt as a kid with two Joes fucking playing G.I. Joe and Miller. That's Danny McBride.
Yeah.
So if James Gunn said I love G.I. Joe, I'd have to question that. But Danny McBride tells me he grew up with G.I. Joe, and I fucking believe him, dog.
I believe him too.
Yeah.
You get a fan making this movie. This is where it would work. Okay. He's watched the cartoons, he's played with the toys. Just to replicate those toys on the big screen with a fan. Now, Landis has done some interesting things. I know he did the Will Smith like cop movie with the trolls and the fairies and stuff, I believe. So he's not, he does whimsical, interesting things. I think them two together isn't bad. Isn't bad. I've seen worse. You know what I mean? Like,
I definitely think they could have a better director than Landis.
I mean, but let him finish his point, because I think he's going somewhere.
Well, you say that, but the previous directors for all these G.I. Joe films are like choreographer directors of like dance music videos. So, I don't think you're going to get Tarantino to do a G.I. Joe film. So,
right.
Is Landis my top pick? No, but I think with McBride, with a fan, he could reel him in and they could work together and.
Now you just nailed it, and a really good point, dog. Because I think people complaining about this director or that, you got to think it's G.I. Joe. It's a very shaky. It could go either way, and like no big guy is gonna put their name on it.
Yeah,
because they don't want it to flop, and that's their name. And you have to, if you sit down and have this meeting like we're sitting here talking about it, you have to tell the director, look. Every director has their vision for what they think something should be. But we already have a vision. We need you to bring that vision to life and not throw your own spin on it. And that, like, if you take Iron Fist, that's what ruined Iron Fist for Netflix, is the director put his own spin on it. He put his own everything on it. He didn't even want the character to wear the costume. He wanted Danny to be a surfboard, millennial-looking surfboard dude from New York. And that's not Iron Fist. That's just not how he is. Danny Rand's not like that. He's very stoic. He quotes a lot of Confucius and stuff like that, but he's very level-headed. And we only got one fist that lit up. Iron Fist can light up both his feet. He can channel the power in both his feet and both his hands. So and he can change, the different colors that it changes, does different things. So I don't understand how he ruined that. That was the easiest thing to get right.
Right. Not only that, but also ending it by giving his powers to Colleen Wing.
I did. I was so mad. I was about to break my TV.
That was pretty messed up. And similarly, like for example, Edward Norton as the Hulk. It's a good thing that they replaced him because he wanted creative control, and he wanted to turn Banner into like an artist or something. It's like, dude, it's the Hulk. He's a scientist. Or the Hulk. You're going to make him a friggin' artist? What are you doing? It's nonsense.
Right.
So should we be judging Danny McBride by his relationship with G.I. Joe, or the fact that he's famous for doing comedies and stuff like that?
Well, honestly, I think that take the first Michael Bay Transformers movie. Right now, I really enjoy that movie. I know a lot of Transformers, hardcore Transformers fans don't. But you know, I think the balance between comedy and action in that film was pretty solid. I think in order for your movie to be successful in this genre, you need to have some comedy in it.
Sure.
Right. I mean, you know, you look at the Marvel universe and there's comedy in every single one of those movies.
Yeah. And G.I. Joe, the cartoon, the characters, they messed with each other. They ribbed each other. They cracked jokes on each other. So there's where you can have your comedy. They called Cobra Commander names when they beat him up. You know, Destro, the way he talked to Cobra Commander, it was funny. Like maybe not like ham-fisted comedy, but comedy has its place. You know, as long as it's not the focus. I think you're correct.
Right. And they have a unique opportunity to bank on something that no other property has. They can take some of the weird things they did in the cartoon and call them out on the show. Like, for example, have Mutt flying a Skyhawk with Junkyard in his lap. You know, like they would let that happen in the military.
Sure.
Yeah, good little tongue-in-cheek stuff like that. Yo, RC archaeologist, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Danny plays with Joes.
We all did. We all had our favorite G.I. Joe. You know, I loved having Alpine climb my couch like it was a freaking side of a mountain. Those scenes that we played out as children with toys, you could visualize them, man. It's we started in the beginning of the show. It's very simple. Just get us with the visuals first. The story just needs to be good enough. Just pick one of the better episodes of the cartoon series or the comics, and you'll be good.
Right. Honestly, I feel like they could use like the first few issues of Larry Hama's comic book as a storyboard. Right. You'd get the invasion of the pit. You'd get the death of General Flag. You know what I mean? You'd get the Major Blood attempting to kill Destro and hitting the Baroness instead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all those amazing story points could happen in a film. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you know, but they've made terrible mistakes in the Joe film so far. So showing us who Cobra Commander is in the very first movie was kind of bad. Especially showing us Snake Eye's face, like even if it's an origin film, don't ever show it. His file card says classified. We're not meant to know who he is.
Him talking and all that Snake Eyes movie was just shit hurt.
Might be the worst of the three.
Yeah.
Well, I think the best of the three was Resolute, or not Resolute. The second one, Retaliation.
Yeah, that was
the closest we got to an actual G.I. Joe movie.
At least they had Flint in that motherfucker, because that's my guy.
Yeah, there was some,
but he was in there for like 3 seconds.
They took from some of the comics, like with the scene with the ninjas on the side of the build mountain and stuff. It just the bar is low, right? So this could be something special. Now, again, going back to the Motu movie, it was clearly made for fans. There was fan service all throughout the film. By the end of the film, everyone looked the part. Everyone acted the way they should. So you sort of have a blueprint. Not that that movie made a lot of money, but I don't think we care how much money it makes. We just want a fun film, right? So use Motu as a template, work from there, because we're the audience, right? You're not going to get you'll take your son or your daughter or something, but this film is going to be for 40 and above year old.
Right.
Right. And if it does it right, it can bring in the younger crowd.
Sure. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and but trying to gear it towards people who don't know and care about the property is the wrong move. And Hollywood is hopefully learning that. I see Marvel making some course corrections lately, and so they're learning from each other as they do. Hopefully, we're teach them what's up. Hollywood needs to learn that watering down IP doesn't increase mass appeal, but it does kill Dan appeal.
Well, you have to have an audience. This is why romance comedies still kill at the movie theater, because they know their audience, women, and women flock to the theaters, and some men get dragged to it to look like they care about the shit their girl's into.
Right.
But those work. They know their audience. If you don't know your audience and you try to get everyone, you end up getting no one.
Yeah. Nah, and Danny, what he's doing, like what he's saying, right? You know, he's talking about his own, still owning his childhood figures, remembering, you know, talking about specific characters. Said he pitched the Dreadnoks movie first. That's a Joe. That's a Joe fan. Like, you don't. That's not somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. Like, I want the fucking Dreadnoks movie, but wisely, Paramount said, let's establish the you know, the team first. Let's do the Joe movie first. I think that Dreadnoks movie that he's talking about happens if he does this movie and it does well. So we get a Dreadnoks movie for sure out of Danny after this, which I think would be cool.
I think Danny himself should play Torch.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, or Thrasher or somebody. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Well, Torch in particular, because if you remember, like, Danny's really good at playing, like, you know, the oddball character who's just completely unaware of how everyone around him is feeling about him and all that sort of thing. And Torch's file card says he's the dumbest human on earth. Like, he's perfect. You know what I mean? He's. I just think that would be hilarious to have Danny McBride play Torch. I realize he doesn't have the whole Lemmy look, but, you know, give him the right, you know, beard trimming, and I think he could pull it off. I think he could definitely pull off.
We're all talking the building. What up?
Peace, fellas. What's going on? How's everybody?
What up? Joe West Coast said, Danny said it follows Duke taking the Joes to Springfield, where Cobra has taken over. And so, as we know in the comics, or if you don't know, in the comics, Springfield is the fictional town that Cobra has kind of created, and even the citizens and stuff are all Cobra, you know, agents and shit. And so he's talking about it taking place in that situation with the Cobra agent, the like Larry Hama's comic. He's bringing, so he's a fan of the comics, he's a fan of the cartoons, he's a fan of the toys. You know, he's bringing it all together. And said he wants it to be a thriller, a serious thriller, which isn't exactly what I think we're on the, you know, we just got Motu. We want to see some fly Sunbow. Like we really want to see, you know, our childhood again. But I think it's gonna be a more serious movie. Just hopefully, like I said, guys are recognizable, and I'll be fine. I don't, if it's serious, as long as I recognize guys without them telling me their name, I'm happy.
You're in Springfield. It's late at night. You see a kid looking out his window, and 50 his tanks are going down the street. That's serious. But if you see that, it's gonna blow your fucking mind. So you could be serious as long as there's things visually that are recognizable, man.
Hey, I'm on the same time as you. I'm over here writing stuff in my head, like a warehouse with Destro. You don't see Destro's face. You just see like you see the shadow of his tanks in the background, and somebody's brought money or some shit to him. Yeah, you don't
right. Sure. Yeah. I mean, you could do serious.
Well, you know, if they did something like the way they introduced me in the cartoon, where I was walking up to the Cobra Temple with all the fucking laborers. And the snakes come up out of the ground and the laborers all scatter, and I'm like, they didn't even bother getting paid. And then I put my hand in the snake's mouth and go inside. Yeah, like friggin' amazing.
Yeah, you could.
Snakes. At the beginning of the movie, snakes going across, a bunch of snakes going across the road, and it goes up to the Springfield sign or some shit. Yeah,
that'd be dope.
I think a nice cold opening. If the movie's gonna take place in Springfield, a nice cold opening would be to show like Fred Seven, for example, like at his day job, you know, it is an insurance salesman or whatever,
selling cars.
He comes home and he takes his like suit off and he goes to hang it up in the closet, and you see the Crimson God uniform there.
That's cool.
There you go. Raw talk.
Yes.
Say what you about to say, bro.
I think Danny McBride or whoever directs or writes the movie, I think the clause is they want it to be a franchise movie, because I think this is where a lot of people they want to hinge they don't want a one-off anymore. They want franchises now. It's like the one-offs, they're good for Netflix and things of that nature. They want a full series of real blockbusters. So I think they're gonna go all out. At the same time, in order for them to do that, I think they should go the Mission Impossible route.
Okay.
Because that's one of the greatest series ever, in my opinion.
Action movies, it's not bad.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's kind of G.I. Joe-ish in itself.
Well, we talked about it. Missions. We talked about it a few weeks ago, and I said it. I'm going to keep saying it. Twilight, Mission Impossible, The Mockingjay, all that. Those movies were great because Harry Potter gave us what 5, 6 films.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people flock to see every last one of them. It's not just
because the
about
franchise is something that you can think, it's something you could be a fan of. Like you can one
And
movie,
they
it's
want
like, oh, I'm a fan of that movie. It's like how many posters and how many t-shirts and how many books and how much shit are you getting out of one movie? You have a franchise, you can really be a fan of this shit, and that's what they want. They want fans who are buying merch.
Yeah.
And
buying merch.
Also,
Kinda
hey, don't forget
interesting
Lord
is,
of the Rings. Don't forget Lord of the Rings. All those movies did really well. They got multiple movies, multiple spin-offs.
And Brandon hit it on the head.
And
I'm
just
sorry.
keep going.
I'm sorry,
Brian.
Stu.
So
I was getting ready. Brandon is in my brain right now. No,
hold on. Before we jump to break, because Brandon's next. But Brian said, I don't want to see any Sunbow shit. So
Yeah. I mean,
that's a
I
whole
can see
nother.
that.
I mean, I
Well,
need to see. Yeah, Sunbow is a questionable.
Sunbow was
you gonna say?
before Dick, or Dick was first. Who was first? I forget.
No,
Sunbow was first.
Deke
Deke was the one in the
second.
90s.
They were
was
garbage.
after. Dick.
Deke was second. Dick was second.
What about
Dick
ass?
came later.
Yeah, the Dick got sloppy seconds.
Nah, but I was getting ready to say before I seen the post by Brandon. Shout out to him. No brand name actors, because it ruins the overall how they, I guess, have the extras, the special effects. There's have some no names, maybe one tempo guy that's not super crazy plastered, like my guy that played a Reacher. You know what I'm saying? Yep. He's that guy because he did something on Netflix that was kind of G.I. Joe-ish. And he's that guy. I mean, I really want him for Captain America, but that's something else.
Sure.
But he's the guy.
Reacher for Duke?
He can be for Duke or Hawk.
Okay.
Hawk had blonde hair, the original Hawk.
Yeah.
From the toy line and from the comics. So if you think about it, you have him, and then you get a bunch of qualified, great actors. They don't have to be superstars, and then you can really build from that and make them superstar. Look at Chris Hemsworth. We didn't know him from a can of paint before he played Thor.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So you get these guys who are, bubbling, but you make them superstars out of this series. I think if they go that route, we'll get what we want.
All Hemsworth was known for before Marvel was George Kirk in the Star Trek reboot.
Oh, that's right.
But before we drift away from it too far, another series that is actually a very close comparison to what G.I. Joe could be is the Fast and the Furious series. Because think about it. It's specialized teams doing specialized missions. It's just you could actually branch it out into other environments and make it more interesting than a bunch of copies.
Sure.
And they keep it within budget, though. They, by keeping the actors' salaries, maybe by the second or third film, then, they want more, but that's obvious. But at least to start it off and give us a real impactful movie, they keep the budget low as far as that's concerned, and give us more in the writing and the special effects and what have you, the storyline. Yeah.
Another way they can save money on actors, right? You talked about a tentpole actor. I say they should get a tentpole actor to play General Flag. You start Hawk as Colonel Hawk, right? And then when Flag gets killed, Hawk gets promoted.
Okay.
Right? So now your tentpole actor, you don't have to pay for him for the whole movie, just the first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that. Yeah. Why not Flag be Tom Cruise?
Hell, why not? Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure he could do it.
Him or Brad Pitt, a good warrior type face who's been in multiple war type movies. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, has to be a character the audience can relate to. So that's usually going to be a good guy.
Yeah.
And that you get just a few things to work. That character you relate to, Cobra Commander, and then you work in your action scenes. You have Storm Shadow, you have Snake Eyes, of course. All these things are the ingredients to something that could be a really special, fucking stew or soup, whatever the hell. And it just,
Yeah, ideally, I would say that the Grunt would be a great character to like follow through. Have him like
The regular
have him
guy,
just
right?
join,
Yep.
right? He's
Sure.
the most common Joe there is.
I not a bad idea. If that's funny because when they showed the trailer originally for Force Awakens, not to bring up a bad subject, when we first saw Finn, I thought we were going to see the movie through the eyes of a stormtrooper, but we didn't, and that would have been awesome if they followed that path. So you could do something maybe similar with the movie where a Cobra trooper, leaves Cobra and has all this info and tells the Joes. There's just so many ways you can go with this, man.
Yeah. And
Right, and you've even got a named character you can make that Cobra defector in Mercer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell, absolutely. Yep.
There you go, from the point of Mercer.
Yep. There you go.
But we also got to keep in mind they got to have some sci-fi element to it.
Sure.
We want them to go into the Serpentor aspect too. A lot of us want that.
As mentioned, that's his favorite character.
They got to, but they do got to save that for the sequel. Or they
Or
got
the teaser.
to.
That's
right
like
there.
3 movies in. That's like 3 movies in.
Yeah,
and do the end credit teaser. You see Serpentor, you see Dr.
Well, we got to. Man, there's
What?
a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit to introduce with G.I. Joe before Serpentor. We got to get the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
you
And they can build up, Serpentor like they did Thanos,
Each movie.
right?
Yes.
He's
At
the
the end of
trilogy.
the
Yeah,
first
he's the
movie-
trilogy.
Yes.
At the end of the first movie, you have Destro and Mindbender having their conversation about Cobra Commander's incompetence and how we need a better lead.
Hey, each movie somehow DNA is discussed or something because they need certain each movie they capture parts of DNA and you don't know why. Well, we know why, but in the trilogy it all comes to a cap. They got all the DNA.
Right. They're collecting ancient leader DNA the way they were collecting Infinity Stones in Marvel.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
And you know how Danny McBride wanted to make the Dreadnought movie first, and they told him, "No, we got to establish the joint." But I think Brandon hits it on the head. You have a Dreadnought back alley beatdown as the opener, just some fly Dreadnought shit popping off as a nice little opener. I mean, just get it popping. We don't listen. I love all the build-ups and all that, but we know what the fuck is up. Like, it's like how many origin movies, you know what I mean? Like, we already know this shit so well. Let's just get into it, bro. Let me get the characters going. Let's start a story. Like y'all said, get into the Serpentor story off top. Let's just start doing it. No origins, no setups. Everyone's already there. Yeah, that's what I would want to see.
Because that's what the actual movie was for the animation. It was just what it was, Yeah. It was Serpentor was already established. They got into Globulus and and Cobra La. They just got into it. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Hey, Cat. Hey, Hinder, man. I swear to God, bro, I'm gonna let you come on here, bro. I swear to God, bro, I'm gonna let you come on here by the end of the show. I'm gonna let you show off the vamp, buddy. Okay, I promise.
You got the vamp and the big trade.
He's so excited, bro. He's so excited.
I know this backstory all too well.
You saw it all happen.
My man needs the spinning wheel. He should just do a 24-hour stream with that.
I feel like I know this backstory better than like half the things I know in my real life about this.
Hey, Hinderer loves G.I. Joe though. I know. Yeah.
So much that he does not care about value. He just wants what he wants. That's it.
Hey,
he's blinders on.
He's laser.
It is what it is.
Good for him.
Yeah, exactly. That's passion for it.
You collect what you want. It's like, say you had some fly like some super expensive Yadro or some boring ass statue that you don't give a fuck about, and some dude has a flag which may only be worth whatever, but this thing's worth $5,000. Shit, give me the flag. Take this bullshit.
Yeah.
Who lost, right? I mean, it's what you want.
Lost.
It's what you want.
It's funny that because seasoned Joe guys will look at it like, well, really?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You gotta understand, he's just immersed in it. Whereas
he's a real fan. He's not. Yeah.
He's not jaded in a sense. You know what I mean?
He's not like a collector. He's a fan.
Yeah.
Another thing is
exactly. That's right on the head with him. He's a good fan. He's into it. He loves it.
Well, you also got to think back to like when we were kids. And you know, because our toys didn't have a secondary market value when we were kids.
No.
Right. And if it did, we didn't know about it.
No.
But we would trade with each other, right? I remember one time I traded I think it was a Starscream for all 3 Insecticons. And you know, you tell me who came up on that. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like
it's hard to call, yeah.
It's hard to say. When them Insecticons came out, we were like, what the fuck is this? We blew our mind.
Gotta have it.
It's crazy. But I mean,
right, but back in the day, we didn't have the internet to give us advanced warning that things were coming out. So, you know, we didn't have any reason to be all online like they're not giving us enough. We don't know what's going on. Like,
well, man, we're talking about a movie that's going to be like in 2029.
Yeah, you walking through the store with mom, you like, and you
shit,
just
they
walk
need to
upon
speed
it.
that shit up. They need to speed that shit up ASAP. Fuck that 2029 shit.
Right, because back then all we knew was what was at the store. We would go to the store and what was on the shelf.
Mama, come on, mama, look. Mama.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, we hear about movies like what you're saying, bro. We hear about movies. We hear all this deep, like, insider shit about movies in the very early stages. Like, back in the day, you didn't hear about a movie pretty much till the trailer ran. Now we hear about the shit like when the guys are doing the deal about the script. Like that's not, we're not supposed to know that. No, but now it's like, and we're talking about it years, you know, down the road. So
and we didn't world.
Well, and the studios have started using it as a tool, right? Because they'll mention, oh, we're gonna make this movie, and they'll put that out there, and then they'll listen to like what's going on the internet, you know, on all the different social media stuff.
Sure.
And you know, so it's a good way for them to get a metric without having to do a first cut and show it to test audiences.
You know, I think the audience is here. We're buying all the freaking toys, right? We're here. Who's putting this out? Did you mention Sony or Hasbro?
Paramount. Yeah.
And they know that no matter what it does in theaters, it's going to be right there ready to stream, right? So they're not concerned about movie ticket sales. The audience is here. The people that are going to see it are going to see it. If they nail it, though, as you guys mentioned, you'll get sequels, you'll get world building, you can make 10 movies if they nail it. You got to nail it the first time, get us hooked on it, and then we'll be there for the sequel, the next one, and the next one.
Well, and the thing is, they don't have to nail it as hard as other movies because, you know, they shouldn't be completely dependent on box office here.
No, of course not.
Right?
Paramount
you've got merchandise sales and stuff to counter that. You know what I'm saying? Like they can make a Star Wars movie that flops as long as the action figures sell.
Sure.
Right? It takes utter failure for Star Wars to actually fail.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can also, hey, we got these tempo movies. Now we're going to move into the Netflix series. Then we're going to move into the animation. Then, you know, all of it comes together as a whole, like, real world building.
Sure.
Yeah.
And to Ray, at the beginning of the show, we talked about this. The first thing we mentioned, they have to look like the cartoon, the comic, the toys. Bazooka needs to be wearing that jersey. Shipwreck has to be a goofy sailor with a damn parrot on it. All them things made us love.
One thing about
be running around his utility. It's got to be running around that utility uniform.
There is one thing about Bazooka I would be happy to see a change in. Let his backpack actually have straps instead of magically attached to it.
When I got the classified figure, the first thing I did was customize some straps. The unique characters. I mean, each one of them has a different accent, is from different parts of the country. That's what makes it so fun. That's what makes Tunnel Rat, Dusty. Road. You need to have that. You need it. That's extremely important.
1000%.
And the reason why it's like that is because when you're in the military doesn't have individuals, and they say that, they tell you that. But each Joe is an individual that is in the military. So that's why G.I. Joe is different, because it's a bunch of military guys that are individuals.
Yep.
So highly trained special mission force.
and the entire team is made up of specialists with the exception of grunts.
That's right. That's funny.
That's messed up.
And for Hollywood, the beautiful thing about G.I. Joe is right off the bat, you have your diversity. You have your female leads. You have different races. All it's there already. It is there. You don't need to tinker or anything or race swap or do this and that. It's all for you.
Yeah,
you
nothing needs to be altered.
Nothing needs to be changed. It's perfect. Like I like Roadblock just as much as I like Duke. And that's what's beautiful about G.I. Joe. It's all there to be made, man.
Yep. And you know, that
want to add the letter people in, they can add the letter people in with Zorana since she
perfect.
She
absolutely
Pig, or she could like Scarlet.
Oh yeah,
like
and it would be believable. It wouldn't be forced.
It wouldn't be forced. As long as it's not forced, it's excellent story. We love it.
Exactly.
All day long.
I agree.
Yeah. So and who? So like I mean, what qualifies somebody to make this film? Like, is it? So I think if, for example, as soon as Danny McBride says, "Oh, he's a comedian," like if Arnold Schwarzenegger or Stallone or somebody was like, "I'm gonna make a GI Joe movie," you know, everybody'd be like, "Oh yeah." Actually, they never touched a GI Joe figure in their life.
Yeah.
Oh, but they did Commando and Rambo.
Yeah,
right. But like that's what I'm asking. What's more important? Someone who really grew up and understands G.I. Joe, or someone who's an action star?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, cool, Danny McBride all day, bro. He's a fucking Joe head.
But you know what? And you know what? Not to get off subject, but you know what? Arnold Schwarzenegger did it. He did it with Predator. If you ever watched the featurette of Predator, Arnold, everything they told Arnold, he was like, no, that's not going to work. We got to do this. They wanted the girl to be his love interest. He was like, no, we're commandos.
He would try to personalize it to himself too much.
Yeah, so he was, and then it was like, oh, well, you need to do. He's like, no, we're not going to do that. Jesse Ventura didn't have to do weapons training, and he taught them some things because he was a Navy SEAL. Like there was a lot of things that he told them that worked for the movie. That when we saw Predator 2, we were like, well, damn, what happened? And they offered him 14 mil. They offered him 14. Jesse Ventura said they offered him 14 mil to do Predator 2 before the movie was done filming. And he turned it down. He was like, nah, the timing's not right. You gotta wait. You gotta wait and see what this film does first.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with G.I. Joe. When we got the first film, it was people were excited about it, so we all ran out to see it, like, yeah. And then we saw it, we were like, oh God. And then they went off those numbers like, we'll do another one. But they gave us almost the same exact. Was it a little better? Second one was a little better than the first one, but they just didn't nail it. Like Gang said, it just didn't nail the characters. That was the biggest complaint.
You mentioned that, and I say that's another reason why you can't like count on a director's previous work and trust that it's going to be good, because the person who directed the first G.I. Joe was Stephen Sommers. And what did he do right before that? He made The Fucking Mummy into an amazing, fun-ass movie.
Yeah.
Right? But at the end of the day, if a director wants to take the material and do his own thing with it instead of, like, you know, acknowledging what came before it, like Sommers did with G.I. Joe, well, then that's a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't, like I said, you can't choke over commanded space. You can't make, Duke the Baroness's ex-boyfriend. You can't.
That was
the worst. Baroness a good guy.
That was the worst.
Like, it's terrible. Yeah.
That love triangle shit was the worst.
And there was no need for it. Like I said, I go back to Predator. They wanted the girl to be Arnold's love interest, and Arnold was like, "What are we going to do? Make love in the jungle? Why they put her to shoot at us?" He was like, "No, she's the hostage. Like we're gonna take her, and that's what we're gonna do." There was no need for a love interest of any kind.
He wasn't wrong, bro. Because that would have just made no sense. Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
If you ever get to watch that movie was to show that the Predator doesn't attack people who aren't a threat. Right. That was her reason for being in the movie, was to show that the Predator won't attack someone who's unarmed.
Right. And he said they wanted her to be his love interest. He said he told him no. He said I told him no multiple times. Like, no, it's not gonna work.
I mean, listen, if Arnold's story was that he grew up a G.I. Joe fan, then I would be like, fucking
let him direct
ultimate guy.
I think
Ultimate
Arnold could play a good G.I. Joe character.
I mean,
I think he could be.
do an old guy,
Come on.
old Hawk.
I mean, he's older
Come on.
now, but he could be like
Yeah.
one of the top.
Keel Hall.
Look.
Yeah.
I wanna fight on behalf of Arnold and Stallone. They did all the movies that we love.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
True.
Stallone directed
So,
a bunch.
I mean-
Stallone had
You know what I mean? So why
Stallone is the man, though. I mean, that dude's Rocky. I mean, he's a writer, director. He's incredible.
he
Yeah.
Full
really
package.
is.
Why wouldn't they do a great G.I. Joe movie? I mean, for all intents and purposes, the what was the last Stallone great epic team up of all?
Expendables. Yeah.
Expendables. That was like a G.I. Joe in a sense.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
So has anybody seen Lioness?
Yes.
Taylor Sheridan?
Yeah.
Lioness? With
Saldana.
Zoe Saldana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you haven't seen it, that shit is hard. That shit is hard.
I would love to
Yeah.
see her in a G.I. Joe flick. Shit. She's dope.
She'd be a Jodie Shooter, bro. Imagine her as fucking
Off
Jodie
top.
Shooter, bro. Come
Yeah.
on.
Come on. She did that other movie before that.
Colombiana?
Colombiana
Colombiana was
I watch
good.
that every
Fucking
year,
hard.
man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Colombiana was pretty decent. Yeah.
So Taylor Sheridan, right? I mean, I guess if y'all don't really know, if you're not familiar with his work, but I mean, that'd be a crazy G.I. Joe movie right there.
What we talked about characters.
Yeah.
Mentioned his tank. Do you think there's the one thing I don't like about the Motu film is they changed all the vehicles. You know, the Wing Raider wasn't present. The Roton didn't look like the Roton.
Yeah.
What vehicles do you think are a must, if any, to be in this film?
Pogo.
Well, I think G.I. Joe vehicles are way easier to put into a live action movie than a He-Man vehicle was. Yeah, I think it'd be a lot easier to do it more accurately anyway.
They don't do the
His
Pogo.
tank is iconic and has to
Yeah,
be
his
gotten
tank.
right.
Yeah,
His tank. I think that's the way
Obviously,
they
the
play it.
Thunder Machine, they got to come in.
Mm-hmm.
My bad, Cass.
I'm just saying that his tank, it seemed high tech, like
Yeah.
Sci-fi
like-
and shit.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I would say his tank for Cobra. I'd like to see a his tank done accurately. I would like to see a trouble bubble.
Yes, I was gonna say that, man.
There you go.
Because that's fun. That we mentioned right in the beginning, fun. And the trouble bubble is so goofy and fun. Them flying around, getting shot out of the sky would be awesome. And do the stupid thing where they all survive and use parachutes. Screw it,
Yeah.
Hell
Right.
yeah, bro.
And
What about the pogo?
Yes.
No,
Oh my
well,
God.
the pogo would have to win. But I would definitely say
Not the Pogo,
they should put the water moccasin in.
Yep.
And
Ooh,
have
there you
that
go.
have that
Copperhead.
have
Yeah,
Copperhead
the water moccasin would be.
Yep.
have Copperhead taking Cobra Commander to meet with the Dreadnoks
Mhm.
because they're
But I-
mercenaries, right? So
I wonder if they'll understand though that we want this motherfucker to be turquoise in the mud in the jungle.
know.
We want him to be turquoise, bro.
I know.
Like yes, give us gung ho in the turquoise. We want that shit.
Those
Right.
colors, man. It's
Those
so weird.
colors pop, but at the
Yeah.
same time,
We need them, bro. They're iconic.
I mean, it won't be as bright as the toys or the cartoon, but it will
No.
be there. I think it
Hollywood
will be
hates
something.
color, man.
Yeah,
It'll
the
be
color.
dirtied up and looking crazy.
Well, sure. I mean, gung ho
He's
and that weird blue if
Cajun,
it's dirtied up. Yeah.
Yeah.
the raging Cajun. Of course, he's gonna be muddied up. So but I think I think the vehicles. You was right with the Thunder Machine, the his tank, the trouble bubble. But I have to see that Rattler. I have to see the Rattler.
All the Rattler went.
Joe Jerk.
Yo,
what's good, bro?
What up?
Yeah.
I have to see that Rattler, and of course,
Ram.
see now,
Don't forget the Ram.
since
But if you
mentioned
wanted-
the Rattler, I have to mention the Sky Striker because
Yeah.
That's
Sky
automatic.
Striker is an interesting situation because it's a real plane that is
Yep.
very out of date with today. Right.
Mhm.
So I honestly wouldn't mind if they updated the Sky Striker to a current jet fighter.
Sure.
Mm.
Right.
you
But
got the
the
Stingers.
Rattler has
Night
to be a
Raven?
Rattler.
Yeah.
Night Raven, of course. I mean,
Don't forget the Wolverine. The Wolverine.
Terradrome. You want to see the Terradrome in that motherfucker?
yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you're getting like the juices flowing, man. You
Yes.
think of all
Ram.
these things.
Don't forget
Fucking, they come in on the flag. Fucking bro.
The Ram
See,
would
the
the Ram
Joes
would make
have
a
it
good
easy
fun
for
chase
the
scene.
Dragonflies come in. I need all that shit.
But yo, Reno,
The
now we got
Joes
that
have it
budget up to
easy
like
for the most
500 million.
yeah.
The Joes have it easy for the most part
I need
because
the
most of
ass.
their vehicles are real. Right?
Where
was
the Dragonfly is based on a real helicopter. The Mobad
Yeah.
could be any American.
Based on
tank,
Apache.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
Where
based on
was the
Apache.
Aerodrome?
The Mobad's based on the Abrams.
Yeah,
the
where
way
was the
that I think
Pterodome?
Joe-
It was in
Anybody
the
know where
jungle.
the
Oh, they
Pterodome
could
was?
move it around, I think was the thing,
Pterodome
right?
is on Cobra Island.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, it was on Cobra Island.
Yeah,
At one point, they had that shit. They could move it. Or in the
could move
comics,
it,
it was
yeah.
in the comics. No, in the comics, they said it was a prefab thing that they could put up anywhere real quick.
Well,
Yeah.
the G.I. Joe headquarters was there. in
Yeah,
the
it
comic
was like a
book.
prefab. It was like a prefab shit that they could
Well,
pop up whenever.
It-
Right,
wherever.
because the
but they-
comics
In the
have
comics.
furnished
On
it more
islands,
like
though.
the actual toy.
Yeah, and in the comics, it was, or in the cartoon, it was on the island.
Yeah, they preferred islands because
Yeah.
you can secure it 360. So
Circle, yeah.
Yeah, Ram Cycles is easy. Yeah, the vehicles.
Easy.
That's why we love the toy line so much. It had the best vehicles. I mean, it
Yep.
was.
Right, but for G.I. Joe, I think in order to give G.I. Joe something special that's not real world, like I would say, give us a shark, right?
Okay.
And also maybe a Skyhawk, right?
Yep.
Because you've got
Sure.
Ram Cycles and a bunch of different tanks and all that
Yep,
stuff.
something
And that's real world. But you got to give G.I. Joe some sci-fi element too. And I
Yep.
think a shark and a Skyhawk are a great way to go about that.
Agreed.
I would say the Airhawk. The what's it, the Airhawk?
no, it's Skyhawk.
The Skyhawk. Yeah, the Skyhawk would be a good. That would be a
What was
good
that, Raw
sci-fi
Talk?
vehicle. for them.
Skyhawk, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good. Yeah, that'd be a great sci-fi vehicle for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Look at that.
great. Yeah.
And then halfway in the film, you introduced the chat is saying the bats. I mean the bats. Yes,
bats are inevitable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the science fiction part we need.
Yeah.
Because everybody's favorite part in the one G.I. Joe movie was when they rescued Cobra Commander, and they were using the Skyhawks to chase the chameleons through the swamp. And that was probably the dopest thing I had ever seen in a cartoon. The way the animation, the way they did it, it was just great. Because before, when that vehicle came out, we were like, "Damn, what would you use this for?" And it was just, it was just a quick vehicle they could jump in, take off, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
When they showed you in the cartoon, you had a different respect for the Skyhawk after that. You was like, "Yo, man, I like that."
Oh, man,
Done.
that would be
So
nice.
crispy. Split it apart.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, man. If I'm in the theater and I see all this goofy shit in live action, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna blow my load. That's
going
shit.
nuts.
I'm gonna
Same
get the
thing.
nut cup out, right?
Right.
Straight up.
I'll be sitting there
Straight
with my dopey cup, whatever. It costs $30.
Mind blowing.
And do you
Yo,
have the,
hey, but
cat?
look.
You got the Cobra Cat.
Cobra Cat.
Cobra Cat.
Yeah.
You talking about Cobra Cat?
Cobra
I don't know,
Cat.
but I know you have it.
that?
There is one.
The cat was the black Mobat that they sold as an exclusive. I think it was.
It was a Sears exclusive.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Sears
Oh,
exclusive.
deep cuts.
He's gonna
he
get it
pulled out.
top shelf. It's on the top
There
shelf.
it is. There it is.
Oh, nah,
Snake
man.
Eyes Flesh Cup.
My big bro got I don't have that. That's very expensive, but I do have.
Yeah, this
You got the red John.
snake eye
Yeah, I have that one.
It'll be right in my lap.
right in the lap.
What else I got? I got like everything almost.
That's an interesting concept right here, though. That we didn't really think about. Is anyone? Oh,
Should it be set in current world?
Yeah, that's
should it be current world? I didn't even think
that.
about doing it in the
I mean,
80s.
listen, I would love to be set in the 80s. You can have all the music playing
dude.
from the 80s. That always works in films, soundtracks.
Yes,
I would love it.
Very
I don't know if they'd be current Hollywood would a set piece for a current action movie trying to get a new audience. I don't know, but I would love it.
I had the stinger.
Yeah. No, and it is. That seems like a dream, like one of those, dream projects. Something that we would, fans would love, but executives would never buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
You
Fang is
you got to push forward, right? And you want, you mentioned it's for us, but they do want to get a new audience.
Exactly. They have to appease us, and they also do have to cast a wide net to sell tickets. They got to make money. They got to make their money back, and making their money back is all part of it. And like you made a really good point, Gaines, because we want to see all these vehicles and all this shit and the Terradome and the flag and blah blah blah. And like you said, that's $1 billion movie at that point.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have to make choices. Right. We're not gonna get everything we want. There's just no way.
Right, but at the end of the day, if you appease us, then you appease the youngest too. Because look at Star Wars. Do you think Star Wars would still be going if it wasn't for fathers passing it on to their children? Right? Like how many kids have had Star Wars shown to them by their parents?
Yeah.
You know, and that, you know, because so if they make a good G.I. Joe movie, then we'll all happily pass it on to our kids. We'll want our kids to see it, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
And kids, when they see their parents excited about something, they themselves get excited about it.
That's wishful
Depends on their age,
I'm going to be the guy that's going to be the Debbie Downer in that instance.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I
think
wait. I think Gaines is about to say something, bro.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry,
okay,
Gaines,
all right.
sorry.
No, I'm fine. I'll take a sip.
I think it's wishful thinking on that regard because we look at our stuff, what we have now. None of our children care about this shit.
But they'll go watch a movie.
Yeah,
Like,
watch the movie, but then they're like, next thing you know, you look over there in their phones.
Now,
if you made it digital, they might pay attention to it.
Well, I took my daughter to see Motu, and surprisingly, she loved it. She really she laughed. She thought Skeletor was a goof and awesome and scary at the same time. But to Raw Talk's point, when we got home, walked right past the toys. Didn't have that effect. We're like, hey, Daddy, let's play with the Battle Cat. She didn't give a shit. As soon as she got home, right back to her anime, her phones. Yeah. Now that's my daughter, though. Yeah. If I had a son, maybe he's into it. Maybe it inspires him to join the military. I don't know. But it's tough. It's hard to take these kids away from video games. Yeah. But, you know, then you make the G.I. Joe video game and you keep it going. You keep it in their minds, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
my son's 22 years old, and I tried to, you know, show him G.I. Joe. He didn't get it. Like, but he loves anime, and you know, he's super into anime and has all the figures, and he collects figures, and like he'll collect a few Marvel Legends here. He likes comics. I've gotten him into comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe is just, I think, it's too neat. I don't know. It's too weird for him anyway. Because I try to explain it to him. It's this military special mission force, and then I bring him characters, and he's like, "This is a military guy. What are we?" Like he doesn't know what the fuck it is. Yeah. So
you know why, Reno? Because he's seen movies like Full Metal Jacket and things like that, where there's no specialized guys. There's like these units of tough grunt guys in green uniforms going to rescue somebody from, I don't know, the Middle East or they're extracting somebody. That's what that looks like to them. So like to show them G.I. Joe with all these guys that have different personalities, they're all different. That's kind of foreign to them. They sold that to us because it was new when we got it.
Yeah.
But to resell it to another generation, it's harder.
I say that when I'm talking about a parent passing it on to their children, I'm talking about to their young children.
Okay.
Right. Like I'm not talking about teenagers or anything, because a parent's influence is a parent's uninterrupted influence only lasts about 5 years. Once they go to school, now they're influenced by their friends, by their teachers, by the outside world, and you are no longer their only sphere of influence.
Well, it's because human beings are correct. Yeah, human beings are sponges up until 5. Once you hit 5, you've kind of developed your personality, and then you kind of lean into what you are, and that's how it kind of goes. So yeah, you're right. And my dad put me on to Star Wars, and I put my son on to Star Wars.
I put my son
at that pre-5-year-old age, in both cases. So
right, because that's the time to pass it on. Because at that point, they still look up to you as the most powerful being in the universe. You know, you're the one that puts food on the table.
Exactly.
You're the one that protects them and feeds them. You know.
So then the real question is, how did we get so hooked? Because I didn't have anybody. I just was walking in the store one day. We see G.I. Joe, and our tongues was on the floor. We were like, "Yo, what is this?"
Right, but
Like,
we
yeah,
also
perfect
didn't
storm.
have the internet to influence.
We did not.
Well, wait a minute.
right time.
Wait a minute. The internet was here back in '82.
All right. He means social media. He means social
Yeah.
media.
That's if you could afford a computer that could get to it. But it
Oh
was here.
yeah, they were expensive.
It was
Right. Most people were on
That's
DOS
what
at the
Tron
time.
was about. Tron was about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe was a perfect storm, though, man. It was right. It was before Nintendo because Atari got boring. Atari, same shit every year, same graphics.
I know. Blocks running around.
Blocks. Football
Shooting
with blocks. Star Wars
blocks
with
shooting blocks. Yeah, blocks shooting blocks.
G.I. Joe had the cartoon. We woke up to the cartoon before school. We came home to it after school. You had an amazing toy line before Nintendo kicked off. So it was right time, right place, in our faces. Had to have it. And they knocked the toy line out of the park. There was no misfires, right out the gate with the original 13.
13.
So,
original
yep.
13.
Well,
Perfect.
and honestly, if you think about Generation X, we're a unique generation because we're like the first generation whose parents decided to let the television babysit us.
Latchkey kids.
And let the video
They
game.
did.
Exactly.
I definitely was a latchkey kid.
We had no.
Don't answer the door.
I could take and build a rickety ramp right in front of my house.
Yeah.
And jump off it with my bike and break my leg and
I got many scars.
Right. And that's something that's no longer a thing either. You know what I
And
mean?
we're the parents of these Gen Z kids. Like my kid, I had fucking helmets and pads on him when I taught him how to ride a bike. I did not want him getting fucked up.
Right.
When I was a kid,
What you were doing?
that shit and boned out and got fucked up and skinned up, and that was the part of it.
I think the internet fucked with us just as much as it fucks with everything else. You see so much bullshit and told so much shit that seeps into your subconscious.
Or we didn't want our children to go through the traumas we went through.
Well, that too. Like we're traumatized.
It's funny you say that, man.
Now, see, I never did that. I let my kids just rock out. Whatever happened, I just let them rock out, man. I would tell y'all a crazy story about me doing that and how it made a difference. But we on something else now. But I think what it was for us was Vietnam was in the 70s. So by the time G.I. Joe came around, Vietnam was only 10 years done. And we were watching a lot of movies like, I don't know, Eye of the Needle. We were watching Lion in the Desert.
Deer Hunter.
Rambo.
Deer Hunter,
what's the one with
Full Metal Jacket?
Full Metal Jacket.
Louis Leonard.
That came a little later. What's the one with Louis Gossett Jr.? Screaming Eagles.
Yeah.
Iron Eagle.
And then we loved Ninja. So you had American Ninja.
Look at
Ninja the Ninja. Ninja 3 the Domination. All of that formed that culture that we like. Then you had Mad Max. That's also G.I. Joe. People don't really realize it, but
Dreadnought.
G.I. Joe Dreadnoughts. Yeah, and I read a thing one time where Hasbro admitted there's like we made the Dreadnoughts literally based off of Mad Max. Like they wanted something like Mad Max like to put into G.I. Joe, and that's where the Dreadnoughts come in.
Yeah.
Right, because the year they did it, the Road Warrior had just come out and dominated at the box office. The Road Warrior was a feat to behold, really. I mean, the first Mad Max movie, most of us didn't even see that before. We saw Road Warrior first.
Road Warrior,
and then we were like, "Oh, this is a sequel! Holy shit! I gotta go see the original."
The original. Yep,
I seen Mad Max first because my uncle. Luckily for me, my uncle was a movie head.
Yeah.
Period. Horror, black exploitation,
mine too.
action.
Mine too.
Luckily, I was at 5-6 watching stuff that I wasn't supposed to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So luckily, I did. And Mad Max, I'm the Night Rider. I'm like, I'm bugging out. I'm like, this guy's crazy. He's just killing people, going crazy in the car. But, and then
first time I seen that movie, Laser.
Road Warrior, I was like, oh, this guy crazy. The Interceptor was the joint too.
It was. And the first time I seen that movie, there was a kid I went to school with, and he was always talking about it. He was like, yo, y'all never seen Mad Max? It's like, nah. He's like, I got it on Laserdisc. So we went to his crib, and he had the giant discs. and he put it in the thing. And it was the clearest movie I had ever seen. I was like, damn. I was like, look at this. That's what made me into a movie. And we watched the whole movie. Of course, we kept rewinding the part where, the girl and the guy, they showed her boobs. And she, when the car drove by and it knocked all the stuff up, we kept rewinding that part. We were like, hold on, wait a minute. We rewind that like 3 times. And then we watched the rest of the movie. But it was a good movie. But it wasn't as good as the second one. The second, the third, Thunderdome, and those were good, man. It was really good.
And the Road Warrior. The Road Warrior is great for G.I. Joe for another reason, because it shoots down any of these morons' arguments who say that the Cobra Fang is not a legitimate vehicle, right? Yeah, because that guy flies the gyrocopter, and it's a real vehicle. Yeah. And everyone's like, "Oh, wouldn't his head get chopped up in the blade?" No, you moron.
No. Well, on that tip, I say the fucking Triple T don't need a fucking canopy. Because fucking homeboy is a superhero. He be knocking out. Yeah, he be killing like 20 bats at a time, bro. Yeah, that's the point. The point is that it has no canopy because he's fucking Sergeant Slaughter.
Shoot me if you hear.
It wasn't like a they didn't fuck up. Oh, you fucked up. He would get killed. That's the point.
That's the point. He's Sergeant Slaughter. He's that brave. I don't need a canopy. Let's go.
So Black Genghis, he said, we grew up in the espionage, he's right. And the kids, today, because my son didn't have that war experience. No. I try to show him war movies. He's not interested. But Gaines, my bad. Go ahead.
Dozen. Well, don't forget the Dirty Dozen.
So, you talk about who the audience is for. When in the 80s, we just were reflecting on, my dad loved fucking Death Wish. I didn't give a shit about Death Wish until I was an adult. So there are movies that are meant for older dudes.
Right.
G.I. Joe could be our fucking Death Wish, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Exactly. Kids do not have to like it. Like that. Imagine that movie. Like, can we have that movie? Like, and here's the thing. Like, it is our time. It is Gen X, and all this stuff is now popping. And we are grown-ups, and it can be rated R. It can be rated R.
Sure.
And look, Deadpool was Deadpool was like the highest selling rated R movie of all time, and it's a comic movie. So that proves that comic movies, G.I. Joe, stuff like that, can be rated R and be wildly successful.
Sure.
Well, and not only that, but the toy industry has to realize by now that they make more money selling adult toys than they do kid toys.
They do.
Look at Mattel. Mattel's new 6-inch line for kids, they're like $13.
Yep.
Right? They're dirt cheap. Yep. Right, because those are for children. Now, when they release their adult collectible line in 27,
$30,
they'll be $30, and they'll be hyper detailed and articulated and come with all kinds of accessories. But honestly, like for $12.99 or whatever the DC Kids line is, those are damn good figures. Those are almost on par with Marvel Legends,
and that's why adults are buying them, because they're so close to being a Marvel Legend. Yeah. I think they got us Hasbro has this G.I. Joe. They own it, right? It's the only thing they own. They have about 30 good more years of like this fan base kicking around, spending our disposable income on it. Yeah. So they're going to strike while the iron is hot. This really is. I'm not saying it's the last chance for a film, but it's getting close. In 40 years, you're not going to get a G.I. Joe film. I don't think. No. I hope I'm around, but I doubt you will. So do it now, do it right, and we'll be there for those sequels, man. And you just mentioned all the things thrown in to G.I. Joe that made it so special, whether it's Mad Max, real military stuff, fake military stuff, science fiction. All them things can still work for a film as it did those cartoons and comics.
Look at the fluffies,
fucking fluffies, man. All that weird shit.
Yeah, that's based off of Star Trek.
Yes,
with the trouble with trebles.
Absolutely.
So it's like, they have to do it. I guess it's like, I don't know. It's a lot of. It's about the money for studios. It's always going to be the bottom line, the money. How much is going to cost, and how much we're going to get on the return, and how much we're going to do globally. That's the thing. Now, if they go with that, you have to have G.I. Joe International Hero. Even though we have a lot of guys, so the set would have to take place internationally. You know what I mean?
Well, you got Big Ben. You know, you got characters that are from all over the world.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you could definitely
Dial French or something like that.
Yep, interject them. I think Dial Tone was done decently in one of the films, wasn't he? Over the first two.
He was played by, I don't know if he was Arab or Hispanic, but I think Dial Tone in the beginning. Yeah, that guy he does a lot of fun. I forget his name. He's excellent. He was done great.
Yeah, you know what? Dial Tone was always one of my favorite dudes because of Jack Flack. Remember Jack Flack? Remember that movie with the kid with the bro? There was this movie where they had they had this it was a video game that the kid he bought from a game store, and it had like some secret high tech spy shit in it.
Really?
And they sent these like hitmen, but it was like an old lady and an old man, and the old man had like 3 fingers and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And Jack Flack, and he had the beret, and he had the mustache. It was Dial Tone, and he was the imaginary friend. He was the imaginary friend, and they couldn't. Oh, that shit was the shit in the '80s, bro. I can't believe y'all don't know that shit.
I know it, but I don't know it like that.
Oh, I gotta find the name. I'll tell y'all.
It's all crazy.
That's dope.
Oh man, it was called hang on, let me ask. Alexa.
I know somebody in the chat know it.
Yeah, I believe in the first G.I. Joe movie, Dial Tone was intended.
Was it Cloak and Dagger?
French.
Was it Cloak and Dagger?
There you go.
Yes.
Cloak and Dagger.
Yep.
With Dabney Coleman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Dabney Coleman.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I need Hayden Sheridan to be.
I remember. So
Forsyth was in. Wow. That's whoa. Oh, geez.
But casting, we mentioned a little bit about casting. The shame is, Shipwreck was loosely based off like Jack Nicholson, and obviously he's way too old. But if you get
my bad, jerk, man, my bad, bro.
There he is.
No,
my bad, dog. What's up, man?
Hey, you can always
welcome, brother.
You can always get poor man's Jack Nicholson, Christian Slater.
That's true, and his son, Jack Nicholson's son, is acting now too, and he looks oddly like him, but he doesn't have the screen presence that Jack did. Jerk, good spot for you to jump in. How important do you think a lead actor is in a film for like G.I. Joe?
Not really. It needs to be an ensemble, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you need a couple of medium grade actors in that shit, not just like one big
dog.
Oh, Brad Pitt's fucking dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that would ruin it.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter if you just gear them up the way they're supposed to look. Like
we'd be so happy.
You don't fucking need anybody in that.
Right.
It's all.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the like what Lucas did with the original Star Wars. Like he got his big name was the old mentor. You know what I mean? And everybody else was noob.
I think. Damn, Joe's got a bad connection. I think he's got a bad connection.
Get out of here.
Yeah, what a bad internet connection.
So, Star Wars had no big actors.
No, it was all unknown. I like an unknown because unknowns let it be the character.
Right.
I don't want like
Luke felt real, right?
And see, I think that's the only way to work. Everybody's got to be. You got to go to the soap operas and just pick all them soap opera actors and let them all play G.I. Joe characters.
But you're right. Like Luke felt like a real person because you never saw him before. You're like,
right.
We never saw Mark Hamill before Luke Skywalker, so he felt real.
Right.
He was in what's that movie? Summer of '77 or something like that.
Well,
the one with Annie Potts and the Corvette,
the car and all that. Yeah, the little Corvette. Yeah. But before that, you're right, Gaines. We never heard of Mark Hamill before. We were like, huh. And the only reason why we heard of that movie was because he did Star Wars.
Right.
That's
right.
Not one of us would have went to watch Corvette Summer without Star Wars.
No, not one. Not one.
No.
Yeah, Jerk, we missed what you were saying because you were we lost you.
Yeah, we mentioned
I don't even know where I got cut off.
Okay,
I just saw everything go into the spin of death. I was like, oh great, my fucking internet's gonna be acting up. But no, what I was saying is when I saw Fisto on screen in the Motu movie, I wasn't disappointed that Brad Pitt wasn't playing him.
Right.
I didn't even know who the fuck the guy was. I was just happy to see Fisto.
He looked like Fisto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, that's it.
We touched on that earlier. How that movie was fun because Fisto was Mechaneck had that long goofy neck. Cringer looked like Cringer.
Yeah.
Skeletor. That's all you need to do, man. Really make these characters look like the toys. Have a decent script. Let us have fun in the damn theater.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, and if you want to make some money off a couple of names, don't go for big ones. You can get known ones that aren't big. Like for example, how about Michael Jai White for Stalker?
Yeah.
Love it.
Something,
Love
like
it.
exactly.
I see him
Not
as heavy
huge,
duty, but that's a whole other situation. I see him as heavy duty. I don't see him as
There you go.
That actor is
I say go down to the soap operas, wherever they film at, and just cast all of them as G.I. Joe members.
Sure.
Put them on screen. They're gonna do a great job. They're gonna be okay, and we're gonna be okay with it because they're not gonna overdo it. They're gonna act out these parts, and and a lot of them probably are G.I. Joe fans.
Or recruit some unknowns and make them, like I said before, make them famous.
Yeah.
Like what Hollywood was missing in Hollywood, making people famous for quality shit.
You are lined up perfect with that drawing underneath you. You look jacked with a gun. If you look at
You see it? He's just like he's killing.
You do, yeah.
That's dope.
I lined it up perfectly.
Yeah, you did that on purpose.
Yeah. What about
Goddamn, I want to be jacked.
Hold on. Let me
Remind me of that robot chicken.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fuck you, jerk.
There it is.
Look at the
Reminded
guns
me of
on you.
reminded me of that robot chicken sketch where Roadblock has like Flint's arms.
Yeah.
You remember that in that robot chicken sketch?
Oh, right, robot chicken.
I don't know what done me this harm, dude. When I woke up, me and Flint had switched arms.
and you definitely got to have a good roadblock. A good roadblock, and he has to be rapping. He has to do
rhyming, talking
a couple of rhymes.
You got to be talking to Ron. Yeah,
and I think right now I still would have Terry Crews.
Yep, 100%.
Yes, Terry Crews is
Roadblock.
great as Roadblock.
Well, he was actually, I think he was like cast, but I think he aged out or something. It took too long, but he would have been,
I don't think he aged. I mean, if you look at
I don't think so, but Hollywood thinks so. You know how Hollywood is. They want to get like 10 years out of guys if they can.
True.
Do a franchise.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Then I mean, you have other guys that up and coming, but they would have to be huge though. They would have to be almost damn near bodybuilders.
Right. Get wrestlers. Artie's correct. And Channing Tatum was just
not a good look.
Terrible Duke.
I mean, you can't take a guy that's a stripper in a movie seriously after he does that. In my opinion.
But he nails Gambit though.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even like him in that. I thought it was too ham for me. You know what I mean?
Well, it was a little,
It
He
worked
looked
for
too chubby.
It worked for Deadpool, but like
his hair was bad.
Yeah, they made him into a joke, you know, like with it, like how nobody could understand him. I mean, it's funny, but he is a pretty kick-ass like character in the comics, you know. That is like goofing on his accent. So
the best.
I always thought he was too chubby for the uniform.
I had AI a few months ago. I had AI realize Terry Crews as Roadblock myself.
It's awesome.
Right
Oh yeah. No race swaps necessary.
We talked about
Expendables.
all
Fully
the
diverse cast.
Also.
Yeah, fully diverse cast already.
What was Roadblock's age? I think he was like 34 or something like that.
Yeah.
He wasn't no spring chicken.
Wasn't that young? No.
Nah, he wasn't no spring chicken when he came out. So you could get it off of Terry Crews. You know, you make him look a little younger. Yeah, you can make him look a little younger.
Right,
I can see it, buddy.
But he's
you
got
you
to
just
rhyme.
get the gray out of the beard and let him go to town, you know.
Yeah, and he got to rhyme. You got to be able to rhyme.
You gotta rhyme. But
you got to rhyme.
you know, Jerk, I don't know if you were here for the beginning. The key things besides the look, I mean, you have to nail Cobra Commander. I mean, that's would be the glue. The glue to all this is Cobra Commander being nailed, hammering it up, bossing people around, calling people stupid and incompetent and fools.
Yeah.
Let that character just have fun and rip it.
Yeah.
It's funny because after Motu, I'm ready to
give it to Lito.
Give it, give Cobra
right.
Commander.
I'm totally ready to watch Jared Leto as Cobra Commander.
Jared
do it.
Jared Leto's Cobra Commander. Hey, might be.
Well, he did a great job as Skeletor. We all thought he was going to suck. He was
good.
That's true. You can't take that away from him. He fucking nailed it.
I mean, he nailed it.
Right, and he seems to want to make a career out of being the villain in every IP he can get his hands on. So it would be right up his alley.
Yeah, I would give it to him. Leto could be that guy. He can be,
and that's where you put your big name, right? Think about Star Wars. James Earl Jones was Darth Vader.
True.
Yeah. Right. That was your biggest name in the film.
Yeah.
And he was a villain.
Yeah. Well,
Alec Guinness was a big name too, but again, he was the old mentor that was meant to die. That's why I say you get a big name for Cobra Commander, and you get a big name for General Flag, and you kill General Flag so that you don't have to pay him the whole film.
Profit.
Yeah,
that's roof. That's roof.
You had the guy with the Coke 45 on the
you might have to play
City, baby.
Oh, poor Lando.
You might have to play
Peg Warman Lando.
Word.
Lando, well, not Billy D.
6'10", what up?
McFarlane's making the Two-Face of Lando.
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to be in the
does look good.
sequel.
Yeah, and in the comics, they did a sequel to Batman 89, and they totally used Billy D as the basis. So
yeah,
so
how cool is that? Billy D is now two different characters that'll be toys. So
yeah, right.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully the Two-Face don't peg him.
Yeah, I know.
That's just the Lando
why
curse.
is Lando still on the pegs?
Still,
I'll tell you why.
They made too many of them.
There.
They made too many of them during the Black Panther. See,
well, they haven't given us any of the other Bespin shit.
Yeah,
they haven't given us Bespin guards. They haven't given us Lobot or Ugnaughts.
They just make clone troopers. That's all you get from Star Wars. Stormtroopers and clone troopers.
It's a running joke with Hasbro. That shit's a running joke with Hasbro at this point.
But you know the reason why he's peg warming a lot is because they overproduced him during the Black Panther phase. You know what I'm saying? Because they were building up Black Panther and everybody was going crazy. And they said, "Oh, another black character we can probably jump on in the mix," and they overproduced.
Why don't they clearance it though? Awesome. Everything around it gets clearance, so why don't they clearance
they would not clearance Lando. Never happened.
Never.
Why? It's been years. It's been years at this point. That's like
they gotta pay Billy D his scratch.
Let that shit go.
Right. We literally have a Lando on the peg at my job.
What was the Billy D movie with Stallone? Where they were cops. That movie is awesome.
What? Nighthawks?
Nighthawks, baby.
Yeah.
Whoa. Deep. Nice call, Kirk. Wow.
If you've never seen Nighthawks, man, that's a fucking
never seen that. Yeah.
Oh, it's great, man.
There it is.
Yep.
So
Rutger Hauer, the villain? I don't know.
Oh, Rutger Hauer.
I think so.
I can't remember. It's been so long.
It's my dude. Blind Fury and shit.
Blind Fury is the best too, man.
That's my guy. Hell yeah.
Shoot. Hobo with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Hobo with a shotgun.
Nah, the best was They Live. Best
Blade Runner.
Rowdy Piper.
Well, yeah.
And, what's his name? That was the best. They Live. That was good. That was good.
Keith David. Keith David.
Oh,
Keith David.
Yeah, that was good.
That is the single greatest street fight in any movie ever.
It is.
Yeah. Keith David is my top actor ever. That's
he's awesome.
Period.
I met him in
Voice
a
actor.
lobby once, and he was fucking awesome. He was so cool. He gave me 5 minutes that he didn't need to, and he was just awesome. And usually those kind of interactions end up bad, and he was just fucking cool. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite roles for him was in Men at Work.
oh yeah, never touch another man's French fries.
The fries, bro.
Yeah, love it. And he's all like Vietnam crazy.
there you
He
go,
keeps
crazy.
having
Oh, bro.
flashbacks. Oh, he's
Yeah.
great in that movie.
Fucking Curly and Dead Presidents whipping dudes with his fucking leg and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Spawn. You can't take nothing from Keith David.
Yeah,
bro.
he has a nice.
Great roster.
Yeah.
Great fucking catalog. So what concepts from the animated movie would you guys want to see in a live action movie? What would you not want to see? Could Cobra La work if introduced in certain ways? How would you want to see that happen?
That's got to be down the line.
I'm kind of out on Cobra Law unless it goes like 6 movies.
I don't think you're gonna see that in the movie. Like you're gonna see that in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna fuck with that. I think you're gonna get a tried and true, very quick G.I. Joe movie. I don't think they're gonna dive into lore even. Like I don't even think you're gonna get too much of an explanation of what the fuck's going on until the end. So
Oh wow. I was gonna say you think they should lean into any Larry Hama, any Marvel comic stuff.
I'm not a fan of it, honestly. When I was a kid, X-Men and Batman were more of a draw than G.I. Joe to me for comics.
Yeah,
So-
G.I. Joe comics I'm getting into now. I was never into them as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I read a lot of the Devil's Due stuff up until recent, and it's all garbage. So I don't like it.
I read a lot of
Larry wrote himself into a corner. So if you read like the new Real American Hero, it ain't that good, man. And it's all over the fucking place because there's too much ground that he's trying to cover and too many seeds that he planted everywhere that a monthly book isn't going to cut it to make any fucking sense of it. So, I tried the new book for like, 2 story arcs. I couldn't get into it.
You work in a comic shop, right?
Yeah.
Did I hear you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Energon stuff is really well thought out to get all of these properties together.
I said that earlier. Yeah.
So, like, I don't mind because that's what you're going to see in the cartoon. The guy who makes Invincible, Robert Kirkman, he's the guy who's in charge of G.I. Joe right now in the comics.
Right.
His company made a deal already. They're making this shit, the comics, into a cartoon.
Yes.
Like that'll be out next year. And then the movie will just be something completely different. Because you can't bring Cobra La into a G.I. Joe movie right away. It'll never work.
No.
Like it would only work as if you did the recent Cobra Commander like comic book, but he is like a serial killer in that, and it won't work. You know what I mean? Like it just won't work for people.
he's sadistic in that.
There's got to be a very fine line of, keeping it basic for the movie and then deep diving into the comics and continuity for the cartoon. So.
Right. If they took the Skybound stuff and tried to make that into a film, it would be rated R 100%.
Yeah. And that'll
you've got Starscream snatching guys who bailed out of their plane and just crushing them in his hand and blood oozing out everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's no holds barred.
Here's the question: What Starscream?
That's like Invincible, though.
Would you want Dorito Starscream, or would you want G1 Starscream?
Oh,
I'm a G1.
Yeah, I'm G1 and
G1 all the way.
Yeah, and he popped that guy like he was nothing in the books. It was
That was
crazy.
awesome.
That just told you right then and there what you're getting into. So
yes,
but that's but you know
Right,
what,
and the
Kirkman.
but that's how Transformers are. Like the Decepticons, they didn't really care about humans. They just didn't.
No.
They just
I mean,
Optimus and them were the ones that was always trying to save the humans,
yeah.
and always trying to look out for them. The Decepticons just didn't care. They like, look here, Energon, let's get this and go.
Right.
If any human get in that way, pull them into the sunset.
Yeah.
That's just how it was.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think the studio would be brave enough to kill any main characters either. Like, For example, the Vipers riddling a particular Joe with holes and
Oh,
wiping him
yeah,
out in the
yeah,
first
that-
arc.
Yeah, there are a couple Joes got wiped out, so it's good the way they're doing it. Like
I mean,
it's the best possible way to rein all this shit together and have it make sense and work together and actually be entertaining. Because I'm not a Transformers fan, and I buy that fucking comic book because it's that good.
I'm the same. Yeah, same with that. What about Void Rivals though? Would you want to see that in there? Is that?
It is.
I never read it. I don't know anything about it.
It's gonna be in there, man.
Yeah, I want to see.
That's
And you got to put it in there because they connected it all with the Quintessons.
yeah.
They
and the
connected
Cobra
it
Law.
all, and the Cobra Law. They connected
yeah.
it all with Quintessons. Because when Void Rivals, when they get captured by the Quintessons was like, look, this ain't what we wanted. Like, we sent you to get this. And then Jetfire was in the first issue.
Yeah.
And they woke him up. They woke him up out of stasis. He could have saved them, but he was like, I gotta go. Like, he didn't know how much time passed. He's like, oh, I gotta go. And he transformed into a
Right. So we're not going to be getting a GI Joe cartoon. We're going to be getting an Energon Universe cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so, bro.
A good distinction. A good distinction.
I'm really hoping for it. Because Mask made sense the way they added that to it.
Yeah.
I just want to let y'all know they did it before with IDW now.
They did
yeah.
Mask
Except for
and all
that
that.
was fumbled.
They fumbled that.
Yeah, that was all over the
throwback.
place.
Yeah.
You know,
And then
this
they
is-
added Mask even then.
Yep.
So it's like we're getting it over, but it's done way better.
Oh, and the Micronauts were
and the
in that.
Micronauts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rom was in there.
Yep.
Really?
Space Knight. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
So if Energon's Universe series follows the comics closely, is that what fans want, or should the television become its own continuity, or water it down? Or
Listen,
I think it's what we need because I think it's what
hold
we
on,
need.
Stu, hold on. Let him finish.
Oh no. Go ahead. I was just gonna say, from a guy who's worked at a comic book store for 20 years, I read Invincible before anybody ever even fucking knew that was anything. And I could tell you now, I used to try to cram that down people's throats, could barely sell it. As soon as they make a fucking cartoon, I can't keep it in stock ever. It is so heavily purchased because of a cartoon. It's going to be the same exact fucking thing. When people see how violent, crazy, and well thought out the Energon Universe is, it's going to be a bigger hit than anybody realizes. Because
Dreadnought War.
all
My
of
bad,
it,
Stu
man,
Dog. What were you
all
gonna
of
say?
it. So,
When it comes to that Energon Universe, it's new, and that's what we need. But it gives us everything. We all like G.I. Joe. We all like Transformers. Some of us like Matt. Matt has a good fan base. All of that you add, and then Void Rivals is just totally new. So when you add that together, you don't have to explain nothing to nobody.
Sure.
You just you can give a slight little backstory. Like, we all here know what G.I. Joe is. We all know what Transformers are. We all know what Mask is. So you don't have to give no backstory. You can just move on with a brand new story. Right. And a lot of people will be onto it. So now you got people who weren't fans of G.I. Joe. They watch G.I. Joe. They want to know what G.I. Joe. Well, let me see. Wait, didn't they have a cartoon in the 80s? They go back and watch it. And they'll say, oh man, G.I. Joe was dope. So then you can do a standalone G.I. Joe movie. Mixing all those IPs together gives you the chance that if you do it right, people will become curious and they'll start looking into that stuff, and you can get it off.
Yeah. Well, and comics is usually where things land first anyway, and for us, it sells better than Batman. Like when in the fucking world would a Transformers book ever outsell a Batman or a fucking Amazing Spider-Man title?
Yeah,
you know. It's
because hold on. Is that
every
Batman
book is consistent?
Is that Spider-Man or Batman being drawn by Rob Liefeld? Because I could see why it would get outsold that way.
Yeah, it's because they put no care and love in the Batman. You know what I mean? They get the lowest rung writers that'll take the cheap salary, and then every artist lives in another country where their money goes further. So there's no Americans drawing comic books because you couldn't live off of what they pay you per page. You would basically die trying to work your ass off making artwork before you would get rich. So they don't give a fuck. That's why comic books, I've been saying it forever. it's in the news, guys. Disney is already saying that they're not interested in publishing Marvel comics. They're going to put it on a digital platform in about 3 years.
Oof.
Comic books goodbye.
Shit.
I told
Oof.
you. I've been saying it for 3 years.
Sony. First it's video games with Sony, next comics. Oof.
Oh my god.
And sad to say, fellas, and this been in my brain since when Cox said he was moving into the card game and digital action figures will fall after. It's a domino effect because they're all symbiotic.
Yeah.
When you have it all symbiotic, you know, these people, these corporate fuck ups, all they see is the bottom line and how easy they can get the money without producing.
You are
They
correct.
do it without producing
And also,
tangible stuff.
You are correct.
And also too, Raw Talk, right? And also too, if you look at the millennials and the Gen Zers, they love digital stuff. Anything digital, it's real to them. Like we want something physical like this. And we'll be like, man, I gotta touch it. And you hear people say that all the time with music, comics. I gotta touch it. I gotta see it. I gotta feel it.
Yeah.
These guys, if it's on the screen, whether it's on their phone, if they got it on their phone, they pretty much own it like a toy. Because they'll be like, look at my phone, look what I got. And they'll go through a whole card collection. Yo, look at these joints. Look at you, look, you ain't even got these. And that's
You ain't got
that's
shit.
Yeah. And if it's rare, let's just say they only put out 1,000 in one card and it's digital. To them, that's everything in the world.
Yeah.
And these companies know they can make money off of that. Like, look at Roblox.
Save money.
Yeah, save money because I ain't got to produce nothing physical.
Yeah, that's the
Roblox.
thing.
Look at Fortnite. Everybody here that got kids, your kids play Fortnite. And they collect skins on top of skins. How much money we spent on skins? Just in this group alone. We could buy a small island. We could buy a small island.
Oh, at least
right, with the money we spent on skins. Like, come on.
And the messed up thing is they can take it away from you at the drop of a hat because you signed that
With the
clause
license,
without reading it.
That's the thing right there. Yeah. As soon as they turn it off.
But they don't care because they don't.
Somebody drop an EMP.
Yeah, well, Sony just fucked
Sony's
everybody
going
out of like 60 movie titles.
Movies, and those
Five-
movies got
500
yanked from the
515
there you go.
movie titles because
a lot
they
of
lost the
people
license.
If
Well,
you-
they didn't lose. I'm sorry, they didn't lose the license. They didn't want to renew it.
Yes.
So the
So
license
if you
expired.
bought them movies, Stu, on the digital platform for Sony, they got yanked from your library.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that possible?
Because
Yep.
you
You
said
could-
yes
'cause
to
you
their
signed a
bullshit
license, yep.
terms.
But what are you
You-
going to do with it? It's not like, what are you going to mass copy them and sell them in the streets?
Yeah,
Nah, what it is you get the license agreement.
Great idea.
Like everybody makes fun of me. Reno tell you, I got a bold, big, giant physical movie collection.
Me
My
too.
kids come down here, they be like, Dad, nobody
Huge.
watches these anymore.
Well,
I
I
be like,
do.
yes, they do. I be like,
Yeah.
I do. And I also and I told them this. I said, this is my Netflix. Every movie in here is a
Sure.
movie I will watch again. Now, the smartest thing I ever heard one of my son's friends say, he came down, he said, Mr. Wilson, no. He said, there's not a bad movie on these racks. He said, I will watch every movie on these racks. Like he said, like every movie's good. And I told him, I said, he said, why don't you have it on Netflix? Man, why don't you have them digitally? I said, because anytime they want to yank that license, I don't have that movie anymore.
That's
Or
terrible.
if they want to edit out music because they don't want to pay for
Yeah,
the license.
all
For the
Ooh.
license, yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck
or
it
they
up.
want to
Have
cut
that
a
movie.
scene out, or they
Yeah, I
want
don't
to
have
fuck
that
with the
movie
movie.
I mean,
Yeah.
and the worst ever is Lucas fiddling with the original trilogy, and he
Yeah.
refuses to put them originals back on any.
Yeah,
He
and
sell
those
like hotcakes.
DVDs
Right,
that
and
have
what's
them,
worse
Like
is
hot takes.
what's
If
worse
he put-
is he
yeah.
denied the Smithsonian access to the original cut. Because
Are
he
you
tried to
serious?
hand them, they said they wanted Star Wars in the Smithsonian, and Lucas tried to hand them the special editions, and they were like, "Well, no, your special editions aren't the ones that made history. We want
Right.
the originals."
Fucking-
Wow.
And he was like,
Well,
"No, I don't show those anymore." And it's like,
Right.
dude,
wow.
it's for fucking posterity here, man. You got to give it to the Smithsonian, bro. Come on.
What a
Yeah.
weirdo!
He's the owner, though. Once you're the owner of those things, it's so precious to you that like that's just.
Well, he's probably embarrassed by the fucking originals because he's the artist. To him, he's embarrassed. These aren't up to par. This isn't what he imagined.
Reno, he just doesn't want to admit he fiddled with them and made him fucking. He has like things stepping in poop and shit. Like that doesn't make him feel better, man.
Or
Yeah.
Han Solo stepping over Jabba the Hutt. Like that's
Yeah.
so
So
fucking
silly.
Right.
stupid.
Or
that. Yeah, we
Greedo
didn't care about
shooting
that.
first.
Yeah,
Come
like,
on,
or
man.
he didn't want to just say that the fans were right. At the end
Right.
of the day, the
Exactly.
fans were right.
And they were totally fucking right. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's saving it so that in case he go broke, he can bring them back up. They'll sell like hotcakes. He'll
Of
make his money
course.
back. Yeah, he'll make his money back. He brings those out.
Mm,
But I gotta go,
only
fellas.
thing
I
they add-
gotta jump out.
well, I think
All right, Stu, man, be safe, bro.
Stu,
Hey, have a good one.
once
Have a good
again,
one,
Stu,
Stu.
nice stream
Thanks,
on you,
brother.
brother.
Yes, sir.
The only thing they added to the Star Wars special editions that I actually thought was a good addition is when Han is chasing the stormtroopers around the corner.
Yeah, that's
Because in the original, he just stops for the same amount of troopers he was just chasing and runs
Yeah.
the other way. But when he comes around and there's a whole legion, that just makes way more sense why he'd run the other way.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's,
mean?
that's clever. Yeah.
I don't mind like all the spaceship shit being
No.
changed. Like
Extra-
because
yeah.
Right.
like I don't
Clean it
care
up.
about that.
Yeah, cleaning up the special effects doesn't change the story.
No.
No,
Right?
having
Like
some extra guys, aliens in the background or whatever.
Right, or adding windows to Cloud City in Empire Strikes Back. It
Yeah.
looks fantastic. No problem with that at all. In fact, I would say a movie that needs that special edition treatment to update the graphics would be Jumanji. Because don't change Robin Williams' performance. Just fix
You know
the-
how weird that
and the lion, you know? It's,
you know how weird the Emperor looked in that original. Like if you look at it now,
Oh,
Mhm.
he's changed. They changed that shit completely. And the
Yeah.
original Emperor was a chick in that makeup. It wasn't a
in,
dude.
in crazy makeup, exactly, bro. It was
Yep.
very different. So that's a whole different. They changed all that shit right away.
Yeah.
yeah, he almost looked like Skeletor in the eyes, like the way they were like,
Oh yeah, they were like reverse
in
bags. They were like popping
Very
out. Of the fucking
popping out.
right.
Yep.
like one of those stress dolls.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
No
fixing
possible world of
bad
future
effects is
crime.
fine, but changing the story is where you fuck things up.
Yeah,
you know?
nah. The only thing he added that I liked besides effects were the ending of Return of the Jedi was very dated, so I didn't mind, trying to connect the first three by showing a bunch of, different planets celebrating. Like,
Oh yeah,
I didn't
Yeah.
mind that. And then,
No.
Yeah,
The
but I wish
added
they would have
scene-
kept Nub Yub.
yeah. I listened to
They
that
coulda-
record as a
coulda
kid
added
1,000
those
times.
They could have
Yeah, right.
added those scenes without changing the music.
They added Anakin's ghost was okay.
It
Young
was the Empire Strikes Back when Vader goes from Cloud City to his Star Destroyer. Like there was nothing to it, but I didn't mind that they added that because that definitely wasn't in the original. So.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
adding is better than taking out. And when you have something,
Yeah.
when they take out things, especially for just people, like I love The Office. I think the first 4 seasons of The Office are hysterical. And in season 3, Michael does the Chris Rock bit, and it was hysterical. It was this dopey white guy trying to be Chris Rock, right? Doesn't work for a reason. That episode is gone. You can't even see it on Peacock because it's deemed offensive. That was
they
the
did.
point.
Yeah, they did that with South Park too. They took a bunch of
Yeah, but that was the
episodes
point.
off.
That was the point of the joke is he was offensive. He was being an idiot.
Yeah.
Yep.
You take
Right.
that episode out, it kind of changes the flow of the season and the character.
Yeah.
That's why physical will always rule. And
Yes.
what are you going to do?
Right. Like a similar
That's
character
right.
would be Chevy Chase on Community.
Yes, he was a
Right.
dipshit. Right.
He was completely unaware of his racism because it was just so normal
Right.
to him.
Mhm.
Right. Right. And that's what makes it that makes the fucking character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Going back
his
to
wife
G.I.
is.
Joe.
Oh my bad, Raw Talk. Go ahead.
Going
Yes.
back to
No,
G.I.
no.
Joe, and since we're talking Star Wars and stuff like that, you know what comes to mind? Soundtrack.
Battle.
Soundtracks.
Yeah.
How would the
Mm.
soundtrack be for G.I. Joe?
Well,
Oh man,
I
It
feel-
needs to be
Either 80s songs or fucking the Sunbow music in the background would be cool.
Oh yeah, well the Transformer cartoon and the G.I. Joe cartoon does have some great fucking music, man.
Music.
I listen to that shit like when I'm painting and stuff, getting like fired up. So I would hope that's in there.
Here's an interesting idea. Well, first off, I think we need an updated version of the original G.I. Joe song, right? The whole like Cobra, you know what I'm talking about, that song.
Yeah.
But I think doing having the score be similar to like, the 80s or whatever. But whenever there's a need for like a song, like a rock song or whatever, build up that in-universe stuff and have it be either Cold Slither or Gem and the Holograms.
Oh, there you go.
Because they're real bands now.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea at all.
I'd like an original score. That's something that movies lost. Movies lost like a score that would stick in your head. Now movies just have dog shit soundtracks that are all licensed.
Exactly.
Like Star Wars was Star Wars because of John Williams.
AI now.
Yeah, John Williams. You want to see Hans Zimmer, John Williams, Danny Elfman, someone like that doing?
Yeah,
I don't like Man of Steel, but the Hans Zimmer soundtrack to that movie is incredible, man.
Oh yeah,
it is fantastic.
Yes,
you got Batman,
but even in Man of Steel, it's not all score because you've got like that Chris Cornell song "Seasons" in there.
Yeah,
and because they play like actual songs during the film.
Oh yeah.
So it's a mix. You get a nice score that plays behind everything, all the action and stuff. But when there's a need for just a song, you know what I mean? Like, why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
But music can carry a film.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump
having something iconic like that, like the Motu did.
Yep.
I hated the music in that movie.
And Motu, but the end song,
not the music, but at the end, giving us that thing from the theme. That's a little callback. Give us that.
And I love Brian May, and just to hear him, it was just gobbledygook most of the movie. Like it didn't feel like a theme until at the end when he, fucking powered up for the last time. And that's what I'm saying. Like I think the art of the soundtrack being good is over. Like I just. There's very few people who can pull it off nowadays. Like Brian Tyler, I think is a name that he's done a bunch of good shit, but I don't even see his fucking name anywhere anymore. Like half the composers are nobodies.
Supergirl didn't finish the soundtrack till like 2 months in or something. They changed it or something wacky.
Yeah, they kept changing it.
I meant. Yeah.
Well, that is the prime example of when you made a piece of shit and you try to fix it, you make it worse.
Yeah, and it shows you don't care. It shows you don't really care.
Hat on a pig. Yeah.
I just think it all with a soundtrack, it needs to hit every cue. It has to be seamless. I mean,
a score.
They need to go back to when movies were made in the 80s.
Think of Predator. Would Predator be the movie it is without that fucking soundtrack?
Yeah, that soundtrack.
Would you
even Commando?
Oh, with the keyboards? Yeah.
Fucking Commando with the steel drums? Yes, that's my shit.
I want to go out on the fucking beach,
And there are. You still occasionally get a score like that where the tempo of the score like amps up the visuals you're seeing on the screen. Take Captain America Winter Soldier, for example. The score for that movie, like when they're running down the highway and stuff, Black Panther's chasing Bucky, Cap's chasing Panther. You know what I mean? It's like the score for that, it amplifies what you're seeing on the screen.
Yeah.
You are correct. I mean, a good can carry a film and get you pumped for each scene and can carry and definitely. If you got a good movie and a good soundtrack, it's peanut butter and jelly. So I mean, there's a lot of things.
Gets the people going.
And I know if McBride is touching it, I think he would think about that as well.
Yeah, I think out of anybody out there in the world, he's the least expected guy, but the perfect guy. So
that's good.
I'm totally for it, man. Like Eastbound and Down.
Oh. I'm rewatching that now.
Vice Principals is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah,
even the
I
Foot
just,
Fist Way, like his first movie is out of control good. So I like everything he's in.
Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just
good.
rewatched This Is the End.
Yeah,
which is
he's
funny
great in
because
that.
in that
dude.
movie. In that movie, he has Duke on a leash.
Yeah, it's his bitch. It's so good. It's so good, man. That scene is so good when he's a
That movie's
cannibal
funny, man.
fucking warlord.
Yeah.
And the way
First time I ever seen him, I think, was
on about it. He's just, hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah.
was it Pineapple Express? And he just cocked the gun. He was like, "Thug life."
Yeah,
I was like, "That's my guy.
yeah, he's
That's my guy."
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of movies, man.
Oh,
He's good at everything, man.
Yeah.
Hot
And
Rod.
now he's
funny.
producing. He's making shit. He's a big player now.
Yeah.
And I mean, but listen, for me, and just go. I think just knowing that he grew up with GI Joe
Mhm.
negate
Hell
the
yeah.
fact that he's a comedian. Like I don't care that he's a comedian. Like he's a fucking GI Joe fan. There's no question.
There's
So
scenes in the Righteous Gemstones that is straight up like completely serious. So like
Yes,
he can do it. He can do it.
very much so. Very much so.
Jerk Gang, I got to get out of here in a few, so I want to leave
Yeah,
with
me
some
too.
final thoughts, if you don't mind.
Yep.
See
Yeah,
Kaz
no,
over
I'm gonna
there.
wrap it up here too. Yeah.
How do we feel going forward? I think we all are at least positive, which is a nice place to be because there's so much negativity around films and media. So to be in a positive spot for this, that's good, right?
Yeah, for Paramount
Yeah.
to let go and not have what is his name, Bonaventura involved
Mhm.
is the best thing they could possibly do because he has ruined Transformers. He fucking ruined G.I. Joe. He should not be allowed anywhere near this shit. So
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
happy. I'm
All
happy.
Well,
Yeah,
Somebody-
I'm still a little reserved on the director, but everything else I'm completely on board for.
Yeah.
yeah, if they stay with the essence of it, as far as all right, we know this is a kooky type of sci-fi war film with espionage and all types of shit, stuff from the 80s. If they culminate every action movie and really, go into the cartoon, I think they're gonna have something special, that they can build a franchise off of. That's all,
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, guys, man, before we get out of here, man, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who helped make tonight happen, man. Big thanks to my man Toy Games for pulling up and hanging out with the Toy Trap crew. Always a pleasure. Always the homie, man. Shout out to Yojo Jerk for pulling in, man. Yo, this guy definitely understands this shit. And it's been a pleasure having you on, bro. Thank you, man. And always much love to my brother Casual Toy Collector for always bringing the collector's perspective to the table. Shout out to my man Raw Talk for kicking it with us tonight. My co-host is always Stu Dog and the Prophet Director himself for pulling in and talking that Joe shit with us, man. And of course, my biggest thanks goes out to everybody watching the live, everybody catching the replay. Obviously, you guys are the ones that hold this down, man. And conversations only work because y'all show up with your opinions and all that. So we love you guys, man. And hopefully tonight you got a little, thinking a little differently about what your favorite Joe movie is, and maybe you got a better perspective of what it could be. And maybe you came wondering if Danny McBride was the right guy, and maybe now you know. So hopefully, what I'm saying, you figured out your favorite Joe movie of tonight, got you thinking, and we did exactly what we set out to do, and you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, share this with another Joe fan. And before we go, I gotta let my man Hinder on here to show his.
Okay.
I got to. I got to. He's a special homie, man. Hinder.
I'm sticking around now.
Shout out to the
I'm
chat.
sticking around now.
The
All right,
chat is
brother.
crazy.
Hinder, man, you got the link in your DM, bro.
Bring
You
him
gotta
in.
come through.
And he's a fan of the Jerk, I believe. This kid loves G.I. Joe. I've never seen anybody go nuts for these fucking toys. I love watching this stupid shit. 2 weeks ago, I'm serious. I saw him 2 weeks ago. I'm messaging Jerk like, yo, you gotta see this.
I love this crazy bastard.
I love when people are excited about toys and still have like that.
They couldn't even get the S on the gains. He's so excited.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Listen, I still get the juices flowing for this shit. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna paint a fucking a jean jacket for a toy. That's how fucking crazy I am. But to see other people excited, and there he is.
Trying to get him on the big screen. There he is.
Hey,
What's up, brother?
Hinder,
I'm
what's up, buddy?
Collector, and I'm a GI Joe. Also, I'm a knife collector, but I'm also a GI Joe collector.
what's up, buddy?
What's
up, brother? What do you got, man? Show us this piece
I
de
want to
resistance.
destroy the GI Joes. Thank you very much.
Nice
But I was
pickup.
looking,
Nice
and then I
pickup.
got my favorite of all time.
Awesome
Nice.
figure.
Best
They nailed
one.
it. Nailed
Hell
that
yeah.
toy.
Mhm.
Word.
And here
I
it
also
is.
can do, but here is
There you go, the vamp.
Hell
boy.
yeah,
That's
nice.
vamp, boy.
And
there's
tell us,
the,
Hinder, tell us what you traded for that vamp. Tell us what you gave
Oh,
for that
boy.
vamp. How much you
So,
wanted that vamp?
I
soul,
traded
the soul.
eight O-rings for this thing.
It's fine. Listen,
And
Yes.
let me tell you, they were complete. I had 2 straight arms. I had 1 straight arm Snake Eyes and Flash, and then I traded those, and then I got I traded a bunch of other ones. But this was cool, and then I got this one for free, and then these were just a
He
little
threw those in
add-on.
extra. He threw those in extra. Yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's it. That's a good trade, bro. I just love the story because it proves that
you make-
the value of a collectible is what
Hey.
you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah,
Well,
you
look-
do what
and
you
there you go.
want with
Look
your
at them
shit,
all.
man. Look
Look-
at that.
looks
Beautiful.
glorious.
He has a dope
This
collection.
is-
His Valaverse
this is my-
collection is
This is
insane.
my OG7, like OG13 shelf right here is going to be.
Nice.
There's all the. Sorry for the glare.
That's fine.
No worries.
And then
That's a nice
there's
cabinet,
the.
though.
There's the old school, and then there's the Cobra shelf, and then the Valaverse.
Nice.
There's the black, which I do have
Yeah.
the black, which everybody's a huge fan of the.
The black, in my opinion, is his best stuff. I
Yeah.
like it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I
I
also
can't
got
wait to get
Delta.
that
I
rip
also
top.
have Delta 17 figures too.
Nice.
But
Okay.
But-
Nice.
I will say my favorite Valaverse of all time has got to be the Steel Brigade.
Nice.
Yeah, that chrome helmet pop.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Very cool.
Yeah, you're talking about a chrome helmet. I mean, okay, here, hold on. Here you go.
Yeah, that pops.
No, he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if
okay.
you ever heard of the guy named 209 Ed.
Oh yeah.
I heard of Ed.
Ed 209, yeah.
I bought a bunch from him at Metroplex Toy Convention. That's where I bought him.
Nice.
Nice.
Very
But
cool.
yeah, I've been a GI Joe fan since I think since the 2000s, because the originals, I mean, the ones I had was about like this. This was my very first.
Sigma 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Nice.
original
Sigma.
Sigma 6, which that
Yeah.
was like
It was
everybody's-
interesting.
Yeah.
everybody's favorite. And I did grow up on the Ninja Turtles. This was mine when I was a kid. Yes, I know it's missing an
He's
arm.
wounded.
He's like
Battle
Luke.
damage.
He's like Luke.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what else can I'd show you a lot, but I got $6 Million Man figures.
Nice.
I
Okay.
got a lot of the original stuff. Oh boy, my camera's already messing up again. God dang it.
Well, listen, you look
Yeah.
beautiful. You still look
Oh
beautiful.
yeah, I do. Oh, I do. I know I do.
No,
But
it
I do want to say this right now. It is an honor to meet G.I. Joe Dirk and also Toy Gaines, because let me tell you, I've been watching the Circle Jerk for a little while with Punk with Toys
Mhm,
and
that's
all
okay.
them other guys.
We'll allow that.
And,
Because we're on
You're
circle.
a good guy. We'll allow that.
And then also, I mean, it's really interesting to see everybody's I've watched a lot of JoJo Dirk about like a lot of his reviews on
Mhm.
some of the Joes that he has, and
Thank you.
I like your point of view,
Thank you, buddy.
and you're welcome. And I'm trying not to get so like fanboy, whatever you want to call it, because it's like I'm hanging out with some. Now we need is Bobby Vala in here, and then I would be more set right then.
I remember when Laser Pants came in the chat. You
Let's slow down.
freaked out.
I freaked out
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Laser
yeah.
Pants came in.
Well, let's
He
slow
went-
down. Bobby's a busy guy. Jerk doesn't have shit to do. So
Yeah. There you go. Thanks, Toby. Thank you.
Crazy.
I love it. Hey, Hinder, man. I want everybody to go subscribe to Hinder's channel, man. Go
Yeah.
check him
All right,
out,
Go
man.
check
And
me out if you want to go. If you like knives, go check out my knife content. Go check out
Okay.
my GI Joe content. I may not be the best reviewer on GI Joes, but
Keep at
I'm getting there.
You,
I'm getting
you
there.
keep at it. You keep going.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
As long as your
But I
passion
did,
comes
but I
through.
will say
Yeah.
this too. But
Yeah.
I mean, like in my live streams, I do like shout out a lot of you guys too sometimes.
thank
and
you.
Well,
even though
definitely appreciate
they
that,
don't,
buddy.
you don't. I mean, if you want to come onto my channel and hang out, I would love to interview you guys. But yeah,
No, if Reno stops asking me to come on this show, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah,
man.
we'll
Hey.
figure it out.
Maybe.
yeah. Well,
I'll
I mean,
rent
and
'em out.
plus, like me owning the Vamp and also the MMS and then the All Striker. I mean, I can't wait to get the new version of the Vamp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the Mark II.
I want to
And I
make
can't
a
wait to
tank.
Yeah.
If they make a
Yeah.
goddamn tank, I could die a happy man. I don't
They
care.
need to make a Mobat.
Sure, I don't care. Mobat, Mauler, I don't care. It doesn't
Gaines
Yeah,
need
the
wants
Mauler
that
would be
Mauler.
cool. The Wolverine would be cool
Mauler,
too.
bro.
Absolutely.
Wolverine would be cool
For
too.
me, the Mobat is the most important because I want to be able to recreate that original poster
Yep.
image on my shelf with a
Now,
Mobat
Prophet-
front and center, and all the Joes are jumping off the front of it.
Sure.
Yep.
Prophet, do you care if you push the turret, makes it move forward and reverse? You don't care about that feature, right?
No, look, at this point, the way things are today, like I bought a World War II Jeep, and it's radio controlled. It lights up, and the thing was $60.
Wow.
And it fits Joe's in it perfectly. It's
Really?
it's amazing. I got it on Amazon. It's just a great vehicle. I'm going to wind up showing it because I'm going to be putting together I'm putting together a World War II squad.
Oh no, that would be really cool.
So I've got like a World War II Nick Fury, World War II Wolverine. Joe
Okay.
Colton is going to be on that team. Indiana
Yeah.
Jones is like a
Oh, I
consultant.
see. Okay,
Ah,
pop
nice.
culture in World War II.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
Right,
awesome.
right. The Hydra Stomper, Captain America.
Rocketeer.
they're
Oh, that
all-
would be really cool.
So
There you go.
basically, I'm putting that squad together. So I bought that Jeep. But the point is, if they can give me a Jeep that scales with
Yeah.
the figures, fits the figures inside of it for $60, and it's
Here
radio
we're going.
controlled,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
you know they're going to charge us at least $150 for a Mobat. The
Oh,
thing
yeah,
better
200.
just be radio.
You know what we
controlled,
need?
not-
You know what
not-
we really? You know what we? I'm sorry, Prophet, but I gotta say, you know what we really need in the classified is the Sky Striker.
Well,
Yeah,
sure.
that'd
We
be
need a Sky
400.
Striker. I know that's
Yeah,
gonna be
right.
way more than 400.
Right,
probably.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
think
you're
about it
right.
Like this, Hinder, they asked us for 300
Yeah.
for the
Right.
O-ring Sky Striker has left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Make
about
it
that.
6, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a little
Right,
bit.
it's
Ace. I
gonna
mean,
be-
we don't
it's
even have
gonna
Ace
be,
yet.
It's going to be Unicron prices. You know,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
It'll
gonna
be horrible.
ridiculous.
Definitely. Well, listen, guys, our guests got to get going, man. We got to let them go. Gaines, did you want to say anything?
No, had a lot of fun. Me and Jerk will be rocking tomorrow night on the Mega Powers, and
Yep.
these interactions, these get-togethers, because of toys, is really the point, and really the thing that's very cool about collecting toys. And
Yep.
you know, this is twice I've been on this show as I fucking stutter. I'm so happy, so excited. I like this, man. It's very cool. Thank you for having me on the show.
Anytime, man. And you guys are always welcome. Obviously, it's that's how we do, man. It's just getting on here, chopping it up, hanging out, community, and that's what it's all about. That's what we're about on the Toy Trap. So if you guys liked it, if you guys in the chat got down and you want to hang out again, man, we do this almost every night, but definitely religiously Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. So check us out. Again, hit the subscribe and the like button. And before we go, everybody, thank you again. And don't forget what we always tell you.
Be water, my friend.
Collecting ain't a hobby no more. It's a habit.